San Antonio's Sports Center.
Here we go again in the NBA. The San Antonio Spurs blew a big lead once again late. They lose to the Rockets 111-106. Houston outscored San Antonio 29-14 in the fourth quarter. Spurs did have some good news. Julian Champagnie led the Spurs with 27, but no other Spur had more than 12. In the NFL, the Miami Dolphins have requested permission to speak with Cowboy assistant special teams coach Carlos Polk for their special teams coordinator opening. This according to ESPN's Todd Archer. Speaking of the Dolphins, former Miami head coach Mike McDaniel is expected to become the Chargers offensive coordinator, barring a change of heart. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey-o! Good morning, everybody! Welcome in. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm your old pal, AJ. And over here to my left, the one, the only, the mythical, the magical. Yeah. Mr. Rob Thompson! Good morning, Robert!
As you were speaking, I was reading email, and I hate opening email early in the morning.
Oh.
No, it's just silly. But anyway, glad to be here. I woke up this morning because we got a little Christmas present, a little late Christmas present yesterday afternoon. We don't have our weekly.
Our meeting, yeah.
And I don't know, that's not a big deal. I don't mind the meeting. But for some reason, because I knew I didn't have the meeting today, I woke up thinking it was Thursday.
Oh.
Not thinking, feeling. It's a feeling kind of thing, like, oh, Thursday. And I knew in my mind it was Wednesday. And that is only the hump day. But I have this Thursday feel, which isn't a bad feel.
Oh, it's a great feel, but
it's going to wear off.
It's bad to have it a day early.
Yeah, so I don't know how long this Thursday feel is going to hang on, but right now I'm feeling very Thursday.
Man, I got to tell you, I'm feeling pretty Tuesday right now. I've got a real issue, and this is where I lean on you guys as the resident old people.
Slow your roll.
I think I'm joining your club. I am.
Let me see it. Let me see if I can, without you even saying. Are you waking up with pains of unknown origin?
Yes.
Okay. Are you?
I think I know where this pain came from, and that's the most embarrassing part.
Oh, if you know how you did it, and it's embarrassing, that's even worse.
It is.
Okay.
So yesterday, my wife was taking a nap in my bedroom when I got home.
Okay, so you're upstairs. Are there stairs involved in this?
She's downstairs.
She's downstairs, all right.
So I go upstairs, and we have that theater room, which is a great nap room.
Yeah,
because
it's a cave.
There's no windows.
That's
it's
the great
like
thing about a theater room. They're caves.
So I get in there and I curl up, and I've got a pillow between my knees because I like to sleep with something between my knees so my knees don't knock together. And when I woke up from this nap, I think my groin is jacked up somehow, or my adductor. I'm like Devin Vassell.
No, your wife kicked you.
The
you
good
were
news
asleep.
is
No, she wasn't in there.
Oh,
when you hear that, I've gone to, and I'm only a doctor because I've gone to a Rosti a lot. When I hear that, I forget the medical term. We'll have Garrett today, right?
Yeah.
It's Thursday, but Wednesday. There's muscle fibers that get caught on the pelvic area that sometimes, through no fault of your own, there's a fiber that's hooked onto a bone spur. And then one of the things why a Rosti works so well is they get that thing off. And if you woke up, and the thing is, oh boy, it works. It's a process, but it does work. But the thing is, when you wake up and that's how it happened, it's just because you moved funny in your sleep. You didn't stress it. It's like a thread that got caught on a loose nail or something.
Well, it made sleeping last night very difficult.
Every time you try to roll over.
And then on top of that.
Are you walking funny?
Yeah.
Really?
And on top of it, hurting all night, I think my wife, when she went to bed, thought it was going to be colder than it was last night.
Oh, if it's hot
Ooh,
and
no
sweaty,
way, no.
That's when I get almost an upset stomach.
Right? I feel sick.
Yeah.
So I slept most of last night with no blanket on me.
No.
I mean, it was just it was a miserable night of sleep, and then I woke up and my groin still hurts.
Well, at least you didn't have to get up and take a leak 3 times. So you haven't progressed to that
Once, but I don't know if I would have had I not been awake already anyway. Like, I think it was the kind that I could have slept through, but well, when you're awake and you got to pee, you just say, well, I might as well get up and pee.
I'm committed.
Yeah, it was very, very, very sad.
It sucks. Well, at least it's Wednesday. At least you're looking at the downhill slope.
That's true.
And my advice to everyone here listening within ear range is go to HEB today.
No, don't say it. No. Tomorrow.
Do
Go
it
tomorrow.
today.
No, I'm going today. Go tomorrow.
Why? Wait, what am I missing
we
here?
got us a weekend coming. Steve Brown, my weather patron
the weather
saint,
stuff.
been telling me on my Facebook feed on my Instas, and it's now being backed up by our current weather staff manning the different channels. That this weekend's going to be a bear. We're talking about low 20s and rain, and we're going to get some ice this weekend. It looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, go tomorrow, not today.
All those branches that you didn't want to trim a couple of weeks ago, guess what? They're coming down this weekend. Let's hope they don't land on the power lines as they do. This looks like a bad one. It does.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like cold.
So and everybody's going to start getting the weather today. This is when the weather dudes are going to start perking their ears up and telling us, here it comes. And we all know what San Antonio is like when there's a slight change in weather.
Well,
we like to visit the HEB and fight over stuff.
I got to fill up my gas cans.
Get your gas.
I got my generator ready. It's been ready. I just haven't needed to use it yet.
It looks like it's going to be a bear. So go to the store today so we don't have that rush
tomorrow.
on Friday. No, the rush is going to be Friday because it's still going to be good weather into Saturday.
Yeah. Friday night to Saturday.
So one of the things that as I continue to put down roots here,
right?
One of the things I was considering was getting a whole home generator.
Yeah, the Generac thing.
Oh yeah, get a Generac.
Trademark.
But
that up.
is in Houston, it's almost a necessity.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
You just have to maintain.
Well,
them.
we had
Somebody
that
told
grid
me
collapse.
it wasn't the case here.
Well, we had that grid collapse that all the state dealt with, which was terrifying, and I think San Antonio really suffered. I know my area since then. They upgraded the power and lines and all the things that were a problem. I don't think we're in as dire straits as other parts of the state.
Okay.
I think we're better off. But I do know it would certainly I know my brother has one.
Yeah.
I would like to have one. I just don't. But I don't think it's quite as necessary as Houston because we're not dealing with hurricanes 4 times a year. It's not quite like that.
I have a small Honda, enough to power the AC and heat.
I mean, I have a couple of those that if I have to, we can keep the AC or at least
the heat. Yeah, the heat going.
The heat on and the refrigerator on. We can do that. But other than
and
keep
the phone
our
charger.
And keep our phones charged.
Yeah.
But that's about all I could do. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. But I do think we're going to see some branches at the ground. I do think we're going to have that nice. So my warning would be just go to HEB today.
No, tomorrow.
Well,
I'm going today. I'm going after work today.
The true run's going to be Friday afternoon.
Correct.
That's when things are going to get
That's
wild.
when it's going to look
HEB.
apocalyptic.
What are you planning on getting at HEB?
Just stuff that I know I'm out of toilet paper for one, but other things like chicken and just stuff that I make, my salads, my fruits, just to make sure I have that for the following week.
Man, I need just cold weather comfort food. I'm going to treat it. I like these batten down the hatches weekends, like Florida with the hurricanes. They turn it into a party. So just make sure I got all the fun stuff and have access to some sort of viewing because it's a division. It's conference football weekend.
Yeah,
I mean Sunday, and that's going to be the day.
That's what I'm thinking about. That's like my big concern now.
So make sure your apparati are charged and ready.
No. Hey, Vic.
Yeah.
We've got this clock in here.
Yeah, it seems to have been frozen. What's going on
Something's going on. Yeah, I
hadn't noticed that. Oh, it's 5:57.
This is supposed to be.
We've hit a wrinkle in time.
Isn't this supposed to be one of those atomic clocks?
I thought so.
Yeah. So I always that way I'm always out at the exact right time.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't progressed.
Now it's like it's the show hasn't even started yet.
Like I said, I think we've hit a wrinkle in time. I got younger.
Oh,
just now.
My groin doesn't hurt anymore. It's unbelievable.
Suddenly. That book I wrote in 8th grade's a bestseller.
I'll be damned. Yeah, what the hell's going on with this? Does it come on? Does it come down from there?
I have never seen one of these things malfunction.
I haven't either.
I didn't know they could.
All right, Vic, fix it.
How is it attached? Did you unplug? No, it's still on.
Is there wrong?
Is there a reset? No, we're going the wrong way.
So is this? I always thought this thing was connected to the interwebs and just was automatically the right time. Well, here we go. Now,
if you pull that red wire, this whole place is going up.
I want everyone here to know.
Oh, good grief! What do we got here? Show us this. Speaking in Star Trek.
I want everyone to know that whatever happens today because of the clock is not my fault.
I know who. Oh, you're only not to everyone. I know of whom you're speaking to.
Yes,
there's only really one.
Right.
That really is going to be
the powers that be.
This. Now it's 05452.
And I'll be honest. I don't know because sometimes I sing during the breaks. So if I'm singing, I don't think I'm on air. Just you know.
Let's not go down that road. Let's not even open that hatch. Let's lock it away.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out
deep down.
All right, let's. I think it's time. I'll check my cellular device. Is it time for our first break, Vic?
It appears that by my watch we're at 10 after 59 11.
Okay, Vic.
Now my clock in here is messed up.
Oh no,
I'm serious.
Is anybody else dealing with this? Did we have an asteroid go over us?
What the
No, we did.
Did the aliens land someplace in New Mexico?
There was a big solar flare reported.
See, that's when the aliens get here. They come behind the flare. I read the book.
Let's see. Well, the on-air system is good.
Everything
so
good?
You're gonna have to watch me today.
Everybody on the outside world, you good? Is there aliens on the planet?
All right. Well, let's take our first break. We'll come back. We'll try and get some of these things fixed. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working an accident on Loop 410 westbound at Callahan. It's taking up a left lane. Has you stop and go from I-10. 37 southbound Houston Street. That's a stall, right lane block. We've got road work on 35 northbound 1604 up to Olympia Parkway that's causing delays from Pat Booker Road. And downtown, ongoing road work at 35 upper level northbound between I-10 on over to Brooklyn. That's got the roadway reduced to one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. And most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A. Member FDIC.
It's so easy you can do it in your underwear. You've all heard the little jingle. It's real. It works. We are quickly becoming America's leading car buyer at GiveMeTheVin.com. How do I know it works? Because if I don't beat your CarMax offer, I'll send you a check for a Hunsky. I put a bounty of $100 on a CarMax offer because I can beat them. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. We'll bring you a check to your house, your office. We deliver. It's awesome. Give it a try.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Your holiday decor is down and suddenly your house looks very January. Kohl's can help you bring the spark back. No twinkle lights needed. Save on bedding that feels like a snow day. Decor that'll boost the mood, and Shark vacuums because, yes, you're still finding pine needles. Get an extra 15% off some of your faves store-wide. And beat those winter blahs at Kohl's. Select styles. Offer ends January 25th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons do not apply to Shark. See store or Kohls.com for details.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit JoeGomezLaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things, people, love. Flu season has arrived, and according to the CDC, doctors' visits due to flu symptoms are the highest in 30 years. You can trust Exergen's new TAT 2000C Plus to give you accurate and reliable temperature readings for the whole family with just a gentle forehead scan. The Exergen thermometer technology has been proven accurate by more than 100 published clinical studies. And right now, the new Exergen TAT 2000C Plus is available on Amazon for less than $20. That's Exergen, EXERGEN on Amazon. Visit Amazon.com for Exergen today.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
This year, I'm giving my hair salon a total makeover.
Total makeover sounds totally expensive.
We updated our logo and colors, so I needed to print new signage, brochures, business cards, everything.
Everything will not be cheap.
Staples did it all, and I saved $100 on my order.
$100? Trim my whiskers, that's a good deal. For everything your business needs to print, let's go Staples.
That was easy.
Offer valid in-store and online. Ends 1/31. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at the Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Oh boy, Rob. Hey, I know this song. Tighten up on your backstroke.
Oh, yes. Well. Oh, yeah. This is like when Vic was in high school.
Grade school.
This is high school for me.
Yeah. I was in 5th grade, I think, 6th grade.
You know how hard it was to dance in platform shoes?
Oh, I bet it was very difficult.
We skated to this.
I'm kidding. That's still pre-me.
All right. Man, I guess let's have the difficult conversation about the San Antonio Spurs melting away another late lead. The third time this season the Spurs have found a way to blow a lead of 15 points or more. I mean, they jumped out on the Rockets like it was going to be a blowout.
Because we broke their rim to stunt their confidence.
Yeah. And then the fourth quarter was just a complete nightmare. And this was, you know, there are games where, you know, your best players just aren't going to have it. Wemby just didn't have it. And quite frankly, I don't think Wemby – there was a path to success for Wemby, and I don't think he was interested in taking it.
No, it wasn't. I mean, the loss was beaten out of him, physically beaten out of him. when the Rockets got down by 16 points, it became, what do we got to lose? And it was physical to start with. They were trying to be, but the Spurs were much more active.
Yeah.
And then they started taking the abuse, and it was abuse. Houston got real physical. And for about 8 minutes, the Spurs were bobbing and weaving. They didn't try to attack the physicality. They just gave what the defense gave them, which was threes. And when you're just taking what the defense gives you, you're going to give them the lead.
Yeah.
And they gave them the lead. What's that old saying? Once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern.
Yeah.
So we're now at a pattern. And some of it lies squarely at the feet of our young coach. Squarely. And I think he'd be the first one to tell you, I blew that. That was me. I didn't handle that well. But it does come down to the Jimmies and Joes on the court. And you're going to have to just get tough. You're going to have to put on your big boy pants and go inflict a little bit of the beating. Last night, they turned Wemby into a guard. They turned a 7'5" dude into a crossover dribble, step back, fadeaway 3 shooter, which is fine periodically. You're good at that, kind of. But when that's all you got, you don't got much, brother. And we just faded into the distance. It's unfortunate. I hope everybody on that team's mad. That's embarrassing, man. Now the Nationals are making fun of you. Now everybody's noticing. That was a national TV game, and it was such a good story. Everybody's bald head, everybody having a good run, and we're having fun for 3 quarters, hooping the Houston boys, and suddenly, they got the whooping. I mean, it just got physical, and the Spurs wilted like an 8th grade girls team. I'm out.
Tarek says, where's Fox when you need that veteran experience? When Wemby's off, it's Fox who needs to take over. The problem is that was a game where you needed – big men to play big men things. And actually, kudos to Cornette. He didn't well. Offensively, he didn't do a lot, but he fought the good fight on defense, and he got beat up too.
He was swimming up a waterfall, man. There's just so many bigs coming at him.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is the Spurs roster is just not built for super physical play. And
or our mentality.
No, you're right. And the Rockets are. And I think that's sort of the recipe to beat the Spurs is to just push them around.
It's their formula that started 2 years ago when Sengun just absolutely embarrassed Wemby, embarrassed him on their court. And from that moment on, and it's an obvious strategy, beat the hell out of the skinny dude. I mean, it's an obvious thing to do. But Houston began it and has continued to refine it to the point where the referees accept it. You know, we're going to let you do that at home. Now, they try to do that in San Antonio. They're going to have 2 dudes foul out. But when you're going against Jabari Smith, Amir Thompson, and Sengun on that front line, dude, that's some bruisers.
And Capello.
Capello's the old wily vet. They know how to do this professionally, and the Spurs don't. They're a bunch of kids taking what's given them.
I forgot about him.
Well, we made him a star last night. But it was one of those games where you go, there is the fatal flaw. When and if the Spurs lose, it'll be partially because of that, what we saw last night. So if there's one thing to fix between now and April is being more competitive. There's no crime in losing to a team that's 15-3 at home. It's no crime.
It's just to lose a 15-point lead is always a crime.
By the nuts, you had them. You were staring at them and gripping hard and about to put them to bed, and they punch. Well, they didn't even really punch you in the jaw. They kind of tickled. They kind of slapped you, and you took it.
Colby says Mitch isn't capable of telling Wemby to get out on the block and off the free throw line. Ime outcoached Mitch, and that's becoming a common occurrence. I don't know. I don't know how much Wemby could have done it down in the post. I don't know that the Rockets made a conscious effort to say you're not going to be here.
No,
and Wemby physically isn't capable of bullying those dudes around.
But you have to dare. You have to step in and. You got to take your licks, man. I don't know how else to describe what you have to do.
You can't just shoot 53s.
Yeah, you can't just stand out there and take what they give you because that's the plan, man.
And especially when you have an early lead, what that team they just want you to shoot threes.
Yes.
Usually, it's like in a football game. If you get out to an early lead, what's going to happen? You're going to start running the ball. If you get a lead in basketball, what's going to happen? You're going to run clock and try and take high percentage shots.
Yes.
Instead, it was like they were taking rushed 3-pointers because they thought finally no one's, within 6 inches of my face. I'm going to let one fly. It's just not a recipe to hold on to leads.
And we talked that, and the offense is one thing, and the threes are going to be kind of an ongoing thing. Thanks goodness for Champagne for at least padding.
He played really well.
He was like the guy on a college team that used to be there for the grade point. Well, last night he was there to help our 3-point percentage, but because he didn't offer a whole lot more. His defense is atrocious. You lose 15-point leads, 16-point leads because you don't play defense. You get beat up on offense, but you give up leads because you're not getting back. They're getting fast break points right and left. And you talked about it just now. The rushed offense, why?
Yeah.
Just because you turned it over the last 2 times doesn't mean you got to hurry back down here and take a shot to make up for it. And it's those little things that youthful basketball players do because they don't understand or get the system as it's supposed to be played. That when you run the same thing, whether you're down by 25 or up by 25, we run the damn play.
Yeah.
We do, and there's plays, and then there's offense. So there's one thing to run a play. There's another thing to just get into your offense. Get in and start moving. And I know they're standing in the lane and they're giving you a knee every time you come across. I know they're giving you an elbow every. You're going to have to fight through it, man. And we'll give you an ice pack at the end of the game. But last night they just gave in.
The non-Champagne three-point shooters for the Spurs last night went 6 of 34.
Yeah, thanks, Julian.
And that's about somewhere around 17-18%. That ain't great.
That's pathetic.
And when you're shooting with the kind of volume that the Spurs shot with last night at such a low percentage, it's asking to lose. It really is. And Spurs didn't get to
well, of course you're not getting to the free throw line.
You didn't deserve to get to the free throw line because you were scared to go into the paint. And so when you only get 10 points at the line, they get 22 shots. That's what's going to happen, man.
So there's a reasons and excuses. And, reasons are things happen for a reason. And then there's excuses, well, and that's only because you did or didn't do something you should or shouldn't have. There's a lot of excuses last night. That was embarrassing.
The problem is
no, we can't have that.
This is the way games will be officiated in the playoffs, no matter where the game is. And the Spurs right now don't look like they are built for the physicality of a playoff basketball run.
And last night, I will say this. Wemby doesn't play like he's entitled. He doesn't play like he's entitled to the foul. And sometimes you need to play like that. I know I hate watching it. Shai Gilgeous plays like he's entitled to the foul, and he gets it.
Yeah.
I think sometimes Wemby needs to get down there and be entitled to the foul. Go through the process. It's not going to work because they're going to beat the hell out of you, and you're probably going to get fouled and miss the shot. But if you'll go through and fight the process, eventually the fouls will be called, and they can't do that to you anymore. Or at least it'll be a different guy trying to do it a different way because that guy's got to sit on the bench. But you have to go in and respect the game and go through it. And if the refs see you backing out 1 foot every possession, they're going to let them do it because, hell, you're not fighting back. It's not my job to go play the game for you. My job is just to make sure the game flows. It's not that it'll protect you.
Well, and the other thing, I will continue this conversation on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working an accident on Loop 410 westbound at Callahan. It's taking up a left lane. Has you stop and go from I-10. 37 southbound Houston Street. That's a stall right lane block. We've got road work on 35 northbound, 1604 up to Olympia Parkway that's causing delays from Pat Booker Road. And downtown, ongoing road work at 35 upper level northbound between I-10 on over to Brooklyn. That's got the roadway reduced to 1 lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
It's Pork Rind Appreciation Day at PorkRinds.com. Hall of Famer Devin Hester and PorkRinds.com are lining up to be the heroes for the Gridiron Greats Assistance Fund. Pork rinds are the MVP of the snack aisle. Low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Visit PorkRinds.com to enter for a chance to win a 2027 Big Game Travel Package and a year's supply of rinds. Support a great cause and find your favorite rinds at PorkRinds.com. Pork Rind Appreciation Day, the crunchiest day in football.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
George gets justice. After an accident, a lot of people think they can't afford a lawyer. They're already stressed, hurting, or maybe out of work, and the last thing they need is a big retainer fee to get help. But here's the truth. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, you only pay if they win. Real help is within reach. Right now, call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The football playoffs are here, and you know Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Look, as a Cowboy fan, I've got to find these games more exciting and entertaining, and I can do that with Underdog. Make your picks and win money right now in Texas, and it's easy. You take your favorite player stats and decide higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, rushing yards, that sort of thing. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So what are you waiting for? Download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Spurs in Houston. Those two teams don't like each other. All the reaction.
Plus the latest on the Cowboys defensive coordinator search. We'll talk about it with RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com.
And all the rest going on in the NFL.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah! It's kind of hard to hit the post when we don't really know where the post is.
I don't think there's a post on it. I think it's instrumental, or it might be like a 45-minute
intro.
intro.
There's no intro.
No,
Who is
no.
this? Is this Pantera?
No.
No.
Guar?
Metallica.
Oh, well, of course.
The
Man, I'm
Mighty
embarrassed.
Met.
I should know this.
All right. I could just listen to this all day. I could rock out all day.
It's one of the best
This is what I would do if I was
driving
a
songs.
rock show host.
Dude, put this on in the middle of West Texas as the sun sets.
I clean the house to this.
Put the pedal to the metal, man.
Right?
The Spurs are lacking something. I mean, and we've talked about some of the things the Spurs could use. They could use a real 3-point shooter.
There are two things on the Spurs wish list.
Okay, I might add a third one.
I'm listening.
Or, I mean, I guess, and I'm assuming the second one is a beefy rebounding type 4.
A mobile 4.
Okay.
An athletic mobile 4.
I would like somebody who is, and maybe my wish in that one can be the same. The Spurs need a goon.
Yeah.
They need someone who is not a little bitch, who, when the Rockets are beating up on Wemby, that they send out on the floor and he sends a message foul to like Kevin Durant or somebody.
Old school basketball. I'm down.
Yeah. And you know what? He's probably not a real good player. He's probably he can take the minutes that Bismack Biyombo's getting now, which is basically none, except for when you're getting beat. And maybe they need to tell Bismack, hey, man, you want to be around? We got a job for you.
Well, Bismack's job is to do in practice what Houston did in the game. That's why Bismack's here. Your job in practice is to wear Wemby out at every opportunity. But it didn't translate last night. You're right. I think that beefy dude that can defend. I don't want an old, stiff-legged goon. I don't want what was that guy that played for the Wizards? Jeff Mullen or whatever his name was. I don't want that. Russ McKeska.
Yeah.
But I do want, a 22-year-old right out of college dude that can touch the top of the square, that doesn't need the ball, that's just out there to be physical and give what is given. Go right back at him. And, you get 4 fouls. You get to play till you get your 4th, that kind of guy.
I want a guy who, it's just a known practice that we're going to pay his fines.
Yes, that guy. And when he comes in, look out.
Yeah, you're here for one thing, and it's to
physical.
It's to put KD on his ass and just say, hey, man, if you guys are going to do it to us, we're going to do it to you. You want to play that game? Yeah. And I'd love to see that, because the Spurs, it just felt like the Spurs, as soon as they got hit in the mouth, they shriveled up. And you just need some sort of a spark to say, man, you're not going to punk us out. And there's a couple guys I don't think Keldon's a punk.
Oh no,
I don't think Fox. I don't think Castle's a punk. I think there's some punk in this team.
I think there's some youth. I think there's some kids at the adult table, and there are every player has a welcome to the NBA moment, and they have a welcome to the NBA month, where suddenly film is out. You're starting to get a reputation, and they're going to pick apart your weakness. There's guys getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and looking at a lot of tape of you to see exactly where you're weak. Where are you soft? You're the chink in your armor, not the team's armor, but yours specifically. And that gets shared. Teams start picking up on it. And last night was one of those, the Spurs, if pressed, and we just saw it in Minnesota. And we literally a week ago saw the same thing happen, where huge lead, you get punched in the mouth, the defense gets weird, Julius Randle gets underneath Wemby's skin, starts defending him hard right at his chin level, and there went the game. We started backing up, shooting up threes, short possessions, not getting back on defense, turning it over because we're trying to over-dribble and do something on our own, doing all the dumb things that when you give up big leads, you do. And it happened so close together. It wasn't like this was a month ago. So some of it I felt like was, here we go again. And others of it was, you didn't learn your lesson.
And thank God, quite frankly, it could have been worse if Steven Adams would have been out there. Steven Adams he's the biggest bully out of all of them.
So that's what's guiling, and it comes at the end. We're going to go through nights like this, but Mitch, you got to get better too. Some of this involves clock management, executing, taking a chance on a dude last night, Sohan, you brought him up. I know he's lost on your bench, and I know there's no future here, but
there's
tonight,
a game where you could have used him just
tonight, get him in there, man.
Just for some physicality.
Yes, at the point when you were at 16 points and it's about 8 and the water is draining from the bathtub, go get a plug. He ain't going to make any baskets, but he might stop one or two and give you a possession back.
Well, and he might make you think about how you're playing. You know what I mean?
But Jeremy on the other side of things has to show up and get off the court with a couple of floor burns. I mean, you're going to have to earn those minutes, and maybe you don't trust him there. But whoever you send in, and there should have been somebody come in that's going to leave the floor a little bruised, a little battered, but give everything he had for about 6 minutes. And we didn't do that.
Nope. That's a hole in this Spurs roster right now. And again, if you're not going to trust Sohan to go out there and do it, you need to find someone you do. And
clock is ticking.
I hate that. So now Sohan's been reduced to maybe we should just goon it up with him. Whatever.
Well, he is our goon. He's our goon.
He'd at least have a role there, and he's got zero role now.
Think of the fight. He was in a fight just a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago. So, he has the mentality to do it. I think there's other things at play there. So we know he ain't it. So go get it.
So who's it going to be? Yeah. If you don't want him out there, find someone you do want out there, because right now this. If every other team in the league should be watching what the Rockets did last night, and quite frankly, there might be the Spurs and it's not always a bad thing to be built the way the Spurs are.
Well, yeah, not every team's like the Rockets. Not every team lines up like that. So manpower is important to be able to do what Houston does. But there's all the teams in the playoffs have that kind of manpower.
Yeah, we agree that the Spurs are probably on the low end of the spectrum from a physicality standpoint in the league.
Oh, we're a finesse team. Not low end. We don't even pretend to be.
So the rest of the teams who have more physicality than you, which is most of them,
playoff teams.
Yeah, playoff teams are going to go, this is how we handle the Spurs.
Yeah, this is paper doll. This is paper stuff. We're going to fight right through this.
That's a scary thought. So
that's the next. And we knew this step was coming. This isn't a shock. They're not going to change the games the way it's called in the playoffs because the Spurs are a finesse team. They all know this is coming, and it's part of the seasoning. And the seasoning is games like last night. You got to get better from that. You have to. The thing that's galling is if we had blown a 15-point lead 8 weeks ago. Well, you go, happenstance. It just happened. This was just a week ago.
Yeah.
It was so bad you shaved your head. Seriously, it was so bad you guys shaved your heads. And guess what? What else you got left to shave after last night?
Yeah. Well, because you ain't got no hair on your nuts, so you can't shave.
You got to sprout those. You got to have some hair on the peaches.
Oh, Vic liked that. Jose says Barnes is lucky he's got good leadership because he's been awful lately. Actually, I thought Harrison did a decent job defending KD last night.
Go back and look at the tape. You know what Harrison did? His first shot was a layup. His first shot was he had the three. He was in the corner where he's supposed to be, and I think he ordinarily would have taken it. Maybe should have taken it, but he put the ball on the floor, did some board work, and got to the rim and got some physicality in it.
And he forced a couple turnovers out of KD. I wasn't mad at Harrison last night.
He's a different maker. He's still not hitting it, and that's still a problem.
Yeah, offensively right now he's almost a zero, but he still has a.
Speaking of, I don't know if I brought it up yesterday. I went to the game on Monday. Harrison donated $50,000 to the money. That is such an amazing thing.
Yeah.
So do whatever you want to do, Harrison.
Yeah.
You're allowed games like not last night, but the others that you've suffered through.
All right, let's. We'll be right back. We'll continue discussing San Antonio Spurs on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Your holiday decor is down and suddenly your house looks very January. Kohl's can help you bring the spark back. No twinkle lights needed. Save on bedding that feels like a snow day. Decor that'll boost the mood. And Shark vacuums because, yes, you're still finding pine needles. Get an extra 15% off some of your faves store-wide. And beat those winter blahs at Kohl's. Select styles. Offer ends January 25th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons do not apply to Shark. See store or Kohls.com for details.
This right here, this is a call to the ones who don't back down. To the risk takers who defied the warnings. To the ones who lost sleep in pursuit of a dream. To all the nut jobs who mortgaged the house and the crazies who bet the farm to start up a business. We want to be your next partner. Because no matter how far you've come or how much you've grown, there's always the next chapter, the next level. And now, there's the Next Rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a creative partner that brings world-class thinking to companies with grit, heart, and hustle. Companies just like yours. The Next Rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Around. Oh, what an angel.
She is, in fact. She does have a voice of an angel.
Oh, well, in the body also, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Who is this?
Katy Perry.
Oh, and she's with Gavin?
Katie.
She has her legs
Who's her
insured.
dude?
For the longest time, she was with that guy that was from Lord of the Rings.
What?
Yeah.
No, when you say that, I'm thinking Hobbit, and I know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Legolas, right? Is
Yeah,
he?
the one with the hairy feet.
Yeah, she wasn't with Bilbo, was she?
Yeah.
No, she was not with
We all
Bilbo
got a shot.
Baggins.
No, she was with the Legolas, the dude with the bow and arrow, the elf.
Yeah, I can't remember his
The elf.
Orlando Bloom is his
There
name.
we go. That's his name, yeah.
Orlando Bloom. But she also used to be married to Russell Brand.
That's right. She likes the Brits.
Yeah.
She has a type.
Yep. I know she's got. They might be back together. I know they've got a kid together. I'll never forget. There was a photo going around. They were on vacation, some island somewhere, and they were like on a longboard, and he was standing up and paddling the board.
Who? Russell Brand?
No, Orlando Bloom.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And she was like on her knees on the front of the board, and she's wearing a bikini, and he's completely naked, like crank hanging out, the whole thing.
Oh.
I've had that dream.
And I was like,
that was real?
I'm trying to picture, like, can you even imagine, like, you're out with your girlfriend or your wife, and
I'm gonna drop trowel, baby.
Right?
she's not, like, now if she was naked, I'd be like, all right, let's party.
Yeah.
But she's like wearing a bikini, and you're like, you know what?
The other way around.
Yeah, like,
Don't act like you're not impressed.
I mean,
That was that real?
Dude, Google it, Vic. You'll see it. Like,
not on this
You
computer.
know, that reminds me of, remember when Brady got popped for the softballs?
Yeah.
And he
yeah.
got suspended for a couple of weeks, and his FU to the league was him on a yacht off the Amalfi Coast with his supermodel wife when New England was playing a game in like a driving rainstorm in Cleveland. Brady's standing on a yacht with his crank hanging out with a Brazilian supermodel. Like, you're going to suspend me? It's like, so you're going to tell me I can't come to work? All right. Gotcha. I'll see you next Tuesday with no tan lines, baby.
Yeah. Very strange move.
I like that.
It's a power play move. This is the censored version, but
that's not an or.
Nice.
How did he roll with that?
I don't know.
That's funny.
That's living the life, man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have achieved at that moment. as you roll off the Bali Beach.
Oh, yeah.
With the semi-clad Katy Perry and your joint hanging out. You're living the life, man.
What a life, man. What a life. We could all wish for that.
We all
life.
aspire to greatness.
We can all listen. We can all wish for it. Good for him, though. And the worst thing is, this is like he's completely naked except for two things: sunglasses and a ball cap.
Man has his priorities.
Yep. He's just got the cap on.
It's just where he put the sunglasses I found interesting. That dude's got a long nose.
Yeah,
yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
And a fro.
Yep. Actually, he's he waxes, I think, actually. But who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? The Spurs. So one of the weird things last night we didn't talk about on the air was the Spurs delayed like 22 minutes because they broke the rim during warmups.
Silly.
Come on, guys. What are we doing?
We blame Steph Castle. I wonder if they're going to bill him.
Well, I saw him
gets a bill.
he hung on the rim and he was like bouncing. It
was. But those are supposed to be Shaq-proof, man. I mean, there's 300-pound dudes hanging on that rim. That's on Houston, and I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, considering the abuse those things take. But,
it's like if you try to break something, it's going to break.
Yeah, and he was hanging. There's no doubt. But that's why we go and see warm-up line. That's why we're paying tickets to go see those. By the way, the dunk prior to that, Wemby did this through the leg kind of scorpion move where he dribbled it between his legs and then threw it down. It's not ever going to be as impressive as a 6'5" dude doing it, but watching a 7'5" dude do it is unique in its own merits. It's the most graceful, awkward thing I've ever seen.
It would have been awesome if Wemby could have thrown down once during the game itself.
Well, you have to get in the paint, or at least close. He did have one in the first half.
Oh, he did. You're right.
Wow. But you have to get back to the near paint to be able to do that, and he chose to live in the suburbs last night.
So the Spurs split their back-to-back. With the Jazz and the Rockets. They will have a day off, and then they'll be in Utah for a rematch with the Jazz, who, by the way, the Jazz, speaking of fourth quarters, Jazz with a fourth-quarter comeback win.
Now, did Markkanen play?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, he'd been out for a week. I was wondering if they were stashing him to trade him after a while, because he'd been out with an illness.
But the Jazz were getting their ass kicked by the Timberwolves, came back and won 127-122.
Wow.
So knocked them. Keontae George.
He lit us up. Why not them?
How about 43 in the game?
That dude is a gazelle.
No, he did not play. Still haven't.
No marking. And it's only been, unless they have changed what I have seen in the last 36 hours, they're just calling it an illness.
You know what's sad? I was watching the highlights of that game, and I was like, oh, Markkanen's back. No, I realize now that was Kyle Filipowski.
Oh.
They are very different. But yeah, Keontae George, 15 of 28 from the field, 43 points.
He got 30 on us, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah. So he's turned into a baller.
He is. Think of those two guards out of Baylor. Watching Edgecombe go to town on Philadelphia last night. Whoa.
It probably explains
how'd they lose.
Probably explains why Baylor sucks now. Because
they didn't play together though. Sadly,
they got thumped last night because they are missing those types of players.
Well, they're recruiting in NBA G League types now.
Yeah. Grown-ass men who still can't defend the paint. No wonder that guy couldn't get on an NBA roster.
Exactly.
Somebody missed on him. Let's just put it that way. But, yeah, Anthony Edwards with 38 in the loss. But
got 55 on us. Let's just count the dudes that are getting career nights, season nights against us over the last week.
Nurkic with 18 boards in the game for the Jazz. So Utah, that'll be Utah's been they've been in the dumps for a while, but they proved that they're still alive with that game last night. So we'll see if these are the games that the Spurs almost have to win.
Those games, yeah. Last night, you kind of, when you saw the season, you put an L there. You don't expect to go into Houston.
I was telling you, the Rockets are better than their record says they are, because the Rockets have played more road games than anyone in the league, and they're an elite home team.
Yeah, and it's not just a few more home games. For whatever reason, they're like 10 home games behind the rest of the league. They got a very beneficial schedule. They really did, because they went through the hard part early when their legs were fresh.
Yeah. The Rockets right now are 15-3 at home, 11-12 on the road.
That's not that bad. That's 5-game difference, not 10.
Yeah, but 12 games above 500 at home.
No, there's
there's
a reason why they were picked second when this season began. I mean, you don't have a guy like Durant in there for mediocrity.
And, by the way, that's caught up recently because they've just played 5 games in a row at home.
5 straight home. Okay, man.
And
those guys are sleeping comfortable.
And they won 4 out of 5.
They're going up with bristly, sticky heads.
Their only loss to the Thunder, who the Thunder are still pretty good, by the way. All right, let's get back into some football on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Refresh your bathroom with big savings at Lowe's. Create the perfect bathroom with up to 50% off select vanities during Lowe's Bath Savings Event. While supplies last, selection varies by location.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 321-321. That's METER to 321-321. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You made the New Year's resolution to get back in shape, but what happens? You don't see results and give up. Want real results? Go to Synergenics and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. Book now, getmyhealthfix.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Hey, the big game is almost here, but every game is big when you play Prize Picks because it's so fun to be right. And when the big game comes around, I'm talking 2,000 times your money. But you got to remember something. That's the code Alamo. With $5, you can get $50 in free play when you go download the Prize Picks app. But when the big game hits, the specials are here, and we've got them. And I love Prize Picks because if my guy is winning, I can cash out early. That's one of the best things about Prize Picks is they take care of you from beginning to end. Prize Picks offers 2,000 times your cash. I've heard all different numbers, not 2,000 from other places. So when it comes down to the big game, and it could be that big game or any big game, Prize Picks makes it a big game. Download the app, use the code Alamo, and use some big free money to play in the big game. Prize Picks, let me tell you how good it feels, because it feels so good to be right.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with iZurvey, you can
slow it
down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like this trouble spot at 281 southbound has just cleared. I-10 westbound at Geevers, we've got a stall off to the shoulder. Minor wreck at FM 78 northbound right at 1604 on the frontage road, northeast side of town. And downtown, we've got this ongoing road work on 35 upper level northbound between I-10 up to Brooklyn Avenue, and that's got the roadway reduced to one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Here we go again in the NBA. The San Antonio Spurs blew a big lead once again late. They lose to the Rockets 111-106. Houston outscored San Antonio 29-14 in the fourth quarter. Spurs did have some good news. Julian Champagnie led the Spurs with 27, but no other Spur had more than 12. In the NFL, the Miami Dolphins have requested permission to speak with Cowboy assistant special teams coach Carlos Polk for their special teams coordinator opening. This according to ESPN's Todd Archer. Speaking of the Dolphins, former Miami head coach Mike McDaniel is expected to become the Chargers offensive coordinator, barring a change of heart. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey-o, good morning. We're only 6 hours behind, I think.
Yeah, that's what it says.
7:01.
Well, it's 1 o'clock somewhere. We could do that right. 1
That's
o'clock.
true. Probably, I think that's on some small island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But
the Tongans just
right.
getting back from lunch.
Maybe so. The NFL coaching carousel keeps on running. It looks like Mike McDaniel is going to take the job as the offensive coordinator for the L.A. Chargers.
As a distant Herbert adorer, and you are, and many of us are.
I am.
Are you overjoyed like I am that he gets McDaniel to be his OC?
Yeah.
Oh,
this
man,
is pretty exciting.
This should be frightening to everybody in the AFC West because one thing I do know is going to happen is those big 6'3" wide receivers, I hope you didn't buy the house you're living in. Those guys are gone.
Yeah.
He's going to go fast. He's going to use that live arm. Herbert's going to throw for 3,000 yards next year.
And
without it might be 4.
And I think he's going to end up running the ball a lot too. He ran a lot this year. I think he'll keep running a lot.
Quick hits, guys in space. I think Hampton is due for a good year because he's going to get used. The offense is. If he'll let McDaniel just go run the offense, man, it's going to be an interesting mesh because Harbaugh's Joe conservative and McDaniel's the guy that likes to move the football. I think it's a good match. I do. It might be the best hire of this offseason apart from Harbaugh to New York.
And this is to me, this is such a very, very smart way to go about things.
Well,
Mike McDaniel had an opportunity to be a head coach.
Yes.
Again.
And he still does. I get the sense that Harbaugh might have hired his replacement.
But I think that he looked at it and it was – I know the Lions wanted him to be their OC.
Absolutely they did.
I know the Bucks wanted him to be their OC, and the Eagles wanted him to be their OC.
And he chose the right place.
But the Cleveland Browns wanted him to be their head coach.
He chose the right place.
The Tennessee Titans wanted him to be their head coach.
He chose the right place.
I think so too. I mean,
like, those ain't good for you.
That is not a job. Like you're leaving a better place.
Yeah, frying pan into the fire.
Yeah, you went from Miami, which Miami's not like a great a great place, but it's a place with an owner who's willing to spend some money.
And it's Miami.
It's Miami. Yeah, it's a good free agent draw. It would have been what a nightmare to go take another head coaching job that is a guaranteed fail.
That's why I think when I was reading that on the Sports Center this morning, and I included barring a change of heart, because he did take a lesser position. He could get money whipped, I think, into a head coaching gig because he's an NFL head coach and in demand. But if you look at career progression and just general health and lifestyle, best thing could happen to him is go to San Diego and have one worry. Get this generational talent quarterback into a situation that he can be successful, and it ain't that far away. So go there. You'll be a head coach again. You might very well be the Chargers head coach for all I see, but you'll have an HC gig in 2 years if he does what I expect him to do with the Chargers.
It was just 2 years ago that the Dolphins led the league in total offense. Tua finished with 4,624 yards that year.
That's not Harbaugh offense.
And I got news for you. Justin Herbert is, I don't even know how many times better than Tua. I mean, it's night and day.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert is a
generational arm
who's just, we're waiting for him to and you know what? He hasn't clicked yet, and there's reason for doubters to doubt, and I get it. But guys with the talent that Justin Herbert has, you put him in the right situation, and I think McDaniel sees like, man, this guy can make me look pretty damn good.
Yeah, and again, it's not that far-fetched for him to go up and get this offense at 4,000 and move the ball and become the head coach in waiting because he's got that kind of skill. And this is a sidebar, but I remember when he was the HC at the OC at San Francisco, he said in an interview, I'm not going to go coach anywhere where weed isn't legal. And he did take the Miami gig, but I think that's another reason he might stay in L.A. just because the lifestyle is a little bit more appropriate to the way I want to live.
He did say he wanted to get back to California.
Yeah.
And, he was there for a long time and likes it there, wants to be there. But the appeal of that job is real. And I think when you – no offense to Baker Mayfield or Jared Goff or Jalen – well, some offense to those guys, I guess, Jalen Hurts.
Well, they're not generational.
Those are guys who are – okay. Like maybe you can get the best out of them. Like if you get the best out of Justin Herbert, which no one has yet, but if you can get the best out of Justin Herbert, like you've got a potential Hall of Famer. And it's very important to remember that, like, if I'm not mistaken, this stat still holds up. I think through his first 4 years, Justin Herbert has thrown for more yards than anybody in the history of the NFL.
Yes. And the thing is, I think he needs to become what McDaniel is at his heart. And I think he's more Norv Turner than he is fast break offense. I think Herbert should turn into Troy Aikman. Use that arm to great benefit, but your running back needs to get 1,500 yards. So you're safe, man. You could use that mobility. How many times was he sacked in his last game?
9, I think. 9.
Protect him. Use that arm when appropriate. Get the ball out
9 times.
I mean,
9 times. It's 9 times.
It's this kind of thing that 9 times why McDaniel's there. Protect this young arm. Let him throw when appropriate and get him in an offense where he can be successful. But more importantly, we're not putting so much stress on our defense, and we're not having to punt the balls 8 times a game. It's those little things that are going to turn Herbert into far more than just a yardage dude.
Yeah. This year, so Justin Herbert was the most passing yards through 5 seasons, the first 5 seasons of his career. After this year, he is now second through the first 6 seasons, behind a fella named Peyton Manning.
It's crazy.
There's worse places to be than and he through their first 6 years, Justin Herbert has thrown for 65 fewer yards than Peyton Manning did in his first 6 years. So,
well, on the other side of this coin, Justin, it's time.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's time, brother. The place is set for you. You're going to finally get an offensive mind that will understand and be able to utilize you in the best possible light with some protection and some skill that he hadn't had before. So it's time.
Well, while I'm excited for Justin Herbert, who I am even though I'm not a Chargers fan, I'm a fan of Justin, and I want to see him do well. I'm excited for that. I'm a little disappointed that the Mike McDaniel wasn't involved in the Bills coaching search.
You know, it is a little
either
surprising.
as an OC
But
or
if you had the choice of Herbert and Sunshine in L.A. and Josh Allen, which is right there, but Buffalo and snow, and you've been in Miami for the last 3 years.
Well, I think. Well, remember, you don't play in snow anymore.
Well,
they're going to be.
Is it a dome? Yeah, you're still in the snow.
You're still in the snow, I guess. Yeah.
But you got to live in it, whether you're playing it or not. I just, if he was aspiring, I mean, they're both good jobs. I mean, he would have been an OC there with a potential. And
yeah.
I mean, if you're aspiring to head to a Super Bowl, you're still flipping a coin, I think.
But I think McDaniel's seen Josh Allen up close and personal enough times to go, man, I really wish I had that guy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Josh Allen has obliterated the Dolphins.
Now, the other side of this is, yeah, he really has. He's stepping into some tall cotton in the AFC West, man. I mean, they're still dealing with Denver's about to play to go to the Super Bowl and a wounded and angry Kansas City team. It's not going to be totally easy for them. It's still a tough division, but it's the best thing for them.
At the worst, you've got the second best quarterback in the division, and the best quarterback is recovering from an ACL tear. I mean, ideally, you're going to get those two tackles back. They've spent a lot of money on that offensive line, and when healthy, they have two all-pro caliber offensive tackles. I guess you should expect those guys to be back and healthy. Anybody can get hurt. It's the NFL. And there's some things in place there. Like I'd look at Ladd McConkey and go, yeah. I bet McDaniel's looking at him going, yeah, this guy can be a winner for me. Yeah,
he might be the only one that he will survive it. But those big lumbering go across the middle guys.
The Keenan Allen days are probably gone. But that's okay. But Quentin Johnston's a guy, a burner. He'll be like. Quentin Johnston's poor man's Tyreek Hill.
Well, exactly, and I can find a lot of those little dudes. There's a lot of those guys floating around. I can continue to run my offense even if injuries occur. But if I'm looking for, I've always been a fan of the big wide receiver. But when that's all I got and all they are is hurt, I can't find other dudes to do it there. I mean, those are hard to come by.
Goldfinger says, how long are people going to wait on Herbert? This guy's at his ceiling. Like I said, if his ceiling is through 6 seasons, the only guy who's thrown for more yards than him is Peyton Manning.
But I get it.
In the history of time.
Peyton took the step.
Yeah, and Peyton did. And that's why, the people who were saying, well, the Bills' window's closed now. They've lost their chance with Josh Allen's 29 years old.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning did not win a Super Bowl till he was 30. And these guys, these Josh Allens and Justin Herberts and Lamar Jacksons, it's not everybody's in such a hurry. Like if they don't win in their first 4 or 5 seasons, they're never going to do it. It's just not the way it works, man. Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, those are the rare exceptions. Guys who do it young and keep doing it, that almost never happens.
Well, Herbert's had more opportunities than others, and it's just not been successful. And you know what? I always come back to there's reasons and excuses. I think
Herbert's
he's
had fewer opportunities than Josh or
you're
Lamar
right. But
has.
I mean, he has been in the playoffs, and due to ineptitude from play calling, I mean, there's a couple of coaches that lost their jobs because of what they did to him in the playoffs. So, but he has that opportunity, and I do get it's time, and it is time. I think everybody should be saying what he's saying. You're 30 years old. We know you got the arm. Now just take the next step. You got a coach. You got an offense that seems to be appropriate for you. Now go do it.
And Justin Herbert's only 27. He's still got plenty of time. No, I think that if his ceiling is what he's been so far, which I don't believe it is, it's still pretty damn good.
Just don't make him boring, Harbaugh. Don't bore this thing up.
I mean, that's I think why they go get a guy like McDaniel.
Just don't let your better angels take over after a couple of tough losses and go, no, we got to start doing what we did before because that's how I won in the past. No, you brought him in for a reason.
And Goldfinger says, what happened to fail fast? Like, is Justin Herbert a failure? Like, do you really believe that? Like, because he hasn't won a Super Bowl yet?
Not him. They did fail fast. He's had how many offensive coordinators in a row?
Right.
I mean, they went, no, that guy didn't work, and they fired him. That guy didn't work. Then the head coach didn't work. They fired him, too. They are failing fast, and they have a generational arm that they need to fix. You don't throw all the bathwater and the baby out. You keep something.
When I say fail fast, I mean if you figure out who a guy is in 3 or 4 years, you take that for what it's worth. I think after 6 years of Justin Herbert, while he hasn't had the playoff success yet, I don't think there's anyone in the world who doesn't think he's a very good quarterback. Like from a physical standpoint, he might be. I'd say
arms touched by God, man. There's only guys like this. You get 2 or 3 at a time every 15 years that can throw a laser, not a 10-yard out, a 20-yard out, and it gets there in 0.9 seconds. I mean, those arms just don't come very often, and he's got one.
Yeah, I don't know many teams that wouldn't trade what they've currently got for Justin Herbert. There might be 5 or 6.
I don't even think there's that many.
So you could say fail fast, but what I mean by fail fast is figure out if a guy can play quarterback in the NFL. And if Justin Herbert couldn't play quarterback in the NFL, he wouldn't have the second most passing yards through 6 years in the history of time.
5 consecutive season head coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing it under different systems. He's doing it with different ways.
With a mishmash of linemen, receivers, running backs, everything.
And I agree with you. Yeah, fail fast. And they have. They realize that the dudes that have been around him have not been the right dudes. So I applaud them for at least realizing it. Now, at some point, you got to get this hire right. At some point, you're going to have to figure it out, or everybody going to have to.
I'm going to tell you, I don't usually think about football in this way, but I will today. The Justin Herbert has long been looked at as like a probably a better stat piling real life quarterback than fantasy quarterback. Justin Herbert's going to be a fantasy quarterback this next year with McDaniel. He's going to put up a bunch of numbers. He's going to score touchdowns. He's going to run the ball. He's going to do everything.
Yeah, I think we're headed in the right place now. Again, Justin, you have to step in. You're going to do this.
He's got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe he can.
Yeah.
There's not guys like, Joe Burrow hasn't won a Super Bowl. I still think Joe Burrow is going to win a Super Bowl eventually. It might not be in Cincinnati, but Joe Burrow is good enough to do it if he can stay healthy. I still think Lamar Jackson is going to win a Super Bowl. I don't quit on these great guys quick. I'll quit on mediocre guys in a hurry. Because, I don't know. I'm not a GM or a scout, but I feel like I can tell if a guy's good enough to do something real in the NFL. And I see Drake May already, and I go, man, Drake May can be great. So in 5 years, am I going to just be like, Drake May, you're out? Like I can't picture that. But I'm also slow to really buy into guys. That's why, remember, after C.J. Stroud's rookie year, I said, let's chill out. After Jaden Daniels' rookie year last year, I said, let's chill out on this guy. I want to see it for a little while before I just say, this guy's the next big thing.
I don't think it takes too long to know if a guy's got NFL skill. But there's so many more things in play. Most of this stuff isn't their fault, So you hope for the right guy with the right coach and about 3.5, 4 years. And if you don't get that, all 3 of those things together, the chances of success are so slim. But and he hasn't had that chance. He really hasn't. So now you got the extra piece. Go do it. We all know you got the arm. I get the frustration. If I was a Chargers fan, I'd be upset. But today there's a glimmer of sunlight. This is the best opportunity we've had yet of this Hall of Fame level talent in a situation that's going to allow him to do it. So I'm as excited as anybody, but there's still some show me to it. But I think he's going to do it. I don't, like you said, I don't know what it is, but I know it when I see it. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
And Stroud is going to be the other one when we the talk about failing fast. Stroud never had the talent, the arm talent that Herbert. Never. On his best day, he will never be able to throw the ball like Justin Herbert. So he was hamstrung. He doesn't have all that.
And contrary to racial stereotypes, Justin Herbert's a better athlete than C.J. Stroud.
He's a better athlete than 99% of the country. So but sometimes that's a detriment. I don't want a hyper athlete. I want a great arm, and then we'll figure out everything else. And he's got both, but I prefer the great arm to be utilized a whole lot more from here on out. I don't want, because 9 sacks on your way out the door for the playoffs, that's no way to go through life, son, because it'll be an awfully short life. So stop running, start throwing. That's McDaniel's offense.
Yep. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I do want to talk about the stuff going on there, the rumors that have come out about the Bills firing Sean McDermott and the behind the scenes of that, which some cloak and dagger stuff that's been going on up there in Buffalo. I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Guys, if you're not playing on Underdog, you're not getting the most out of these games. The NBA season in full swing. We know that as of last night. There was no football on. What do we watch? NBA. We're going to be watching it. And all the blocks and the assists and the rebounds and the scoring. Why not make money off of it? You can do that with Underdog. It's so simple. You pick your favorite players. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? That's the question. Will they have more or less? You get it right, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. That is an insane amount of money. Last night, Champagne, his higher on his three-pointers made was 2.5. He made 8. I'd say that was an easy hire. And it's not just NBA. We've still got football going on, obviously. The UFC back this weekend, pay-per-view UFC. It's so much fun on Underdog. There's just always action at Underdog, guys. You got it. You're going to love it. Download the app today. Use my promo code Alamo when you sign up. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Like $75 free dollars in your hand. It's too much, too great. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 321-321. That's METER to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistent scent, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
The new era of UFC on Paramount Plus comes out swinging. Highlight machine Justin Gaethje collides with Paddy the Baddy Pimblett in a must-see high-octane main event. Plus, Sean Sugar O'Malley faces off against Song Yadong in a stand-up war filled with high-level striking. Pay-per-view just got knocked out. Stream UFC 324 live on January 24th, only on Paramount Plus. Visit ParamountPlus.com/UFC to get started.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Jim Rome, the Pimp in the Box, UFC this Saturday. No more pay-per-view. Sean Sugar O'Malley.
He's just reading something.
I mean, he sounds like he's got no idea what's going on. Sean O'Malley, his nickname is Sugar. But
He's the one that looks normal, right? He's
No,
got like
he's the one
shaggy
who's got the
hair.
rainbow hair.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the shaggy-haired dude, the Irishman dude.
You're
thought
talking
that
about
was him.
Patty Pimblett.
Yeah, I like that
He
guy.
fights this weekend,
Yeah,
too.
I saw the highlights of him.
Yeah, he's fighting, ironically, Justin, the highlight Gaethje. But he's like, the way he says nicknames is he's like, everybody calls Sean O'Malley Sugar Sean, and he says, Sean Sugar O'Malley.
Hey, we've all read copy.
The baddie, Patty Pimblett, not Patty the baddie, the baddie. Jim Rome. What?
Hey, he's an OG, brother. He's OG.
Original gang member Jim Rome.
OJ.
All right, Chrissy.
All the way back, man. All the way back.
What a guy. What a guy. Buffalo Bills, who they are still, I mean, it's crazy. They're still being talked about 2 days later on ESPN.
Well, it sounds like there's reason. We thought, I personally still am shocked this happened. But when it does happen like that, you kind of think, actually, I shouldn't say that way. You kind of hope there's some cloak and dagger stuff, and there was.
Well, I don't know if everybody is as in on the history of the Buffalo Bills as I am. But when Sean McDermott took over, he took over for Rex Ryan, who was, quite frankly, a dope of a head coach. And the Bills were in one of the worst places they'd been in a long time. And their GM at the time was a fella named Doug Whaley. And they got fired at the same time. And Sean McDermott got hired first. Sean McDermott was named the head coach. He was the DC at Carolina. They named him the head coach, and
this is Bean.
No,
who's the GM?
There, Doug Whaley, who had got fired.
But Bean then comes in, right?
Sean McDermott basically vouched for Brandon Bean to get this job with Terry Pagula, and so they bring Brandon Bean in, make him the GM. So McDermott and Bean have pretty much it was about a 1 month difference. Have been on the same timeline. McDermott ran the first draft that they had without Brandon Bean that included, I don't remember exactly who all it was. Deion Dawkins was one of them, though. Who Deion Dawkins is
one of the few.
Besides Josh Allen, is probably the best player on their team. But he had a great first draft, several hits in that thing. Matt Milano was in that draft. So guys who are still around today. And then they hire Brandon Bean, and now these two guys are in lockstep. And when a coach says, I want to hire this guy as the GM, feels like there's going to be some simpatico between them.
Think, but how often does it work when you hire your boss?
Well, apparently, now remember, at the time, the way the Bills structure was set up, the GM and the head coach both answered to Pagula. So they were kind of...
Okay, that's even a worse situation.
They were kind of equals.
So that was a mistake.
One guy's in charge of the roster, the other guy's in charge of coaching.
When they go to one of those business schools and they go, what did we go wrong here? Let's do a kind of a post-mortem on this situation. First and foremost, you can't have two captains. You only get one captain. Two captains don't work.
Well, apparently what happened a couple weeks ago is the three of them, McDermott, Pagula, and Brandon Bean, had a meeting to discuss, hey, what do we have to do to get a championship, or what do we need? And
fire him.
Well, here's what went down.
Circular fire squad.
At least according to reports, and like Sean McDermott hasn't said this, but the reports are that Sean McDermott said, we need roster upgrades. We are not talented enough.
Every coach in the history of time has said.
Yeah. He said, we are not talented enough right now to be a Super Bowl team. Josh is incredible, but we are bad on the defensive line. We are bad at wide receiver. We still need help in the secondary.
Is he right?
Of course he's right.
All right. So.
Of course he's right. And so they all say, okay, Sean McDermott leaves the room, and Brandon Bean and Terry Pagula look at each other and go, what the hell is he talking about? And they were both apparently upset with Sean McDermott for saying the groceries weren't good enough.
That a coach was mad that he didn't have the talent he wanted.
And so that's when the decision was made that if they don't get it done this year, that Sean McDermott's going to be gone.
Bean cut him off at the knees, man.
Yeah. And the guy, basically, remember, like I said, the guy who brought him in.
Don't ever hire your boss, man.
That's how it goes. And now Brandon Bean's got more power than ever. They say now Brandon Beane Terry Pagula is stepping away more from any involvement in the football operations. So Terry Pagula is in charge of the business. Brandon Beane's in charge of all football operations. So now he is the king of that castle.
Well, we'll see his merit. If he hires the right head coach, this could all work out just fine.
Well, he's also got you can't keep drafting guys like Keon
Coleman.
Coleman.
No, I'm just talking about next year.
Yeah.
If you get the right guy for this really short window, because I think the fix is going to only partially come in the draft. You're going to have to manipulate the free agent market. You're going to have to find some dudes that aren't super talented, that are worth the money, that play at their value that you pay. I mean, the true test of a GM is finding those guys, and that's what you're going to have to do.
Nabehun, if I'm saying that right, said Beane is a rat and just a yes man for Terry Pagula.
Sounds like it.
Whaley and McDermott hit on Trey White, Matt Milano, and Dawkins. That was the other guy, Trey White. They also brought in Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, who was their safety duo for a long time, very successful. The early returns on McDermott as a coach / GM even were very good. And Brandon Beane, since drafting Josh Allen, which I guess in a way you got to give some kudos for drafting Josh Allen.
That was a difficult draft. He had a lot of questions,
and there were a lot of options that year. And you know what? Like if they would have taken,
I give him no credit for that draft. It was a difficult draft, but the upside was so huge. Most guys would have made that pick.
I feel like yes, but had they taken Josh Rosen or
no, you're right. He gets a fair amount of credit. He didn't find this guy in a gym in Yugoslavia. I mean, we all knew Josh Allen had a lot of skill, just needed to be refined. And would he find a place that would allow him to do it? And I'll give him all the credit in the world for that. But he just didn't find this dude standing in the back of a gym. I mean, we all saw what Josh was capable of at Wyoming.
But where I'm at, and Claymore says at some point that window closes for Buffalo, I think they understand they have a limited time to make something happen with Josh. When you've got the people can argue how they want, but I say when you've got the best player in the world playing quarterback for you, like there's no excuse for them to be as underperforming as they have been. And I don't hate the idea that Sean McDermott's head rolled. Like I'm actually okay with it, even though I know he did a lot to build the culture there. He took them from being a losing franchise back to being a winning franchise. But if his head is going to roll, Brandon Beane's head should have rolled with it. And that is the part that is pretty shocking. And now the Bills are talking about Brian Daboll. What? Brian Daboll is, I mean, don't get me wrong. Brian Daboll and Josh Allen made some magic together.
A long time ago.
Brian Daboll's a failed head coach.
Yeah.
A miserably failed head coach.
And maybe it was the Peter principle. Maybe he did just go too far for his skill set. I don't know. I know that.
Well, they're not interviewing him to be the OC. They're interviewing him to come be the head coach.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe the Peter principle was in play, or maybe he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I don't view this as a upgrade. It's a lateral move at best.
Yeah.
I don't know what he brings that's unique and different other than a relationship that had been previously formed in a different time, in a different era, with a different team. I don't know, man. I just feel like you don't have to hire a great coach. You just got to keep this train on the tracks and, make sure all the cars are attached. You got a pretty good team. But what happens 3-4 years from now?
That's the question. And because you're in a short window with Josh, man, if they screw up this coaching hire, they are really setting themselves back and probably will have wasted all. Like, imagine remember they didn't win the division this year. If they don't win the division again next year, and I think everyone believes the Chiefs will probably be a little better. The Ravens will be a little better. Like, those guys aren't going. The Bengals will be better. Those guys aren't going away because they've all got great quarterbacks too. There's a world where the Bills don't make the playoffs next year, depending on how this coach works out. And if you're installing a new system and all these things, who knows how quickly things come together. But one thing I know, Brian Daboll is not a better coach than Sean McDermott.
No, it's at best it's a lateral move. How much of this is Allen? I mean, if they are interviewing a guy that he knows, I wonder how much involved he is, because it sounds like if he didn't like Daboll, I don't think he'd be sitting in that office.
I'm sure Josh Allen has, but you know what? I say that. I don't know how much say Josh Allen has.
He better have a lot.
If I were Buffalo, Josh Allen would have a lot of say on who coaches him. But
it seems like Pagula's the kind of guy that would have acquiesced to a player.
Is Brandon Beane the kind of guy?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because what I don't feel like is I don't feel like they asked Josh Allen his opinion on Sean McDermott. Because Brandon Beane knew it was me or him, and it, like Game of Thrones style, he said, if it's me or him, it's going to be him. And then he came to Josh and said, hey, man, it was just something we had to do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let Josh be pissed at me. And then maybe that's how you quell it. You say, hey, you're going to be really involved in what we do next. But we had to lop his head off. And, guys can be mad for so long, but then life moves on. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, in radio, we've both been there where a guy gets fired and we go, man, that guy was good.
How the hell did that happen? Yeah.
And then we go, and then a few months later, it's like, well, life goes on.
Yeah.
Like we got to keep trucking on. But this is a pivotal move because the people who are saying Buffalo's window is closed. I don't think Josh Allen's window is closed, but I think this decision that they make in the next couple of weeks is very pivotal on whether the window stays where it is or starts to close.
Well, I'll say this. If they're interviewing previous head coaches, I do think the likelihood of you getting your defensive coach from Minnesota is better. I'll say that. If they're eyeballing
Brian Flores.
Yeah, well, if they're eyeballing new coaches and they're interviewing retreads, that gives you better opportunity to go get a guy that actually I do think would make a bigger difference than Daboll. I just wonder if a quarterback is all in on a head coach that is focused on the other side of the building.
Maybe so.
I don't know. But maybe if you want to, the definition, we could go doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Maybe they do need a defensive coach. I don't know. But I do know that I would not take one step down either path without Josh Allen's full approval.
And the other thing is, one thing I know is Josh Allen has gotten better since Brian Daboll left. Bringing back Brian Daboll can't be the answer because Josh Allen went from being now credit for Daboll from taking him from a very raw project quarterback to a really good quarterback. But since Daboll left, he went from a really good quarterback to the best player in the world. And I don't know that you could say, well, bring back Brian Daboll, who was there when he was a really good quarterback.
The one thing I would want, and this would be my conversation with the OC, is I want to limit the number of times that Josh Allen is on the ground until December.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want him to be Jalen Hurts and be responsible for 35, 40 yards of rushing. I don't want that. That's not good for us long term. It's good short term when we absolutely have to have it. I want a guy that can go get it. That would be my only question to him. Let's not overuse this miraculous player. I don't want him beaten to death in the chase. I want him able to, because he's got an arm good enough just to let it sling. He doesn't have to run to be super effective. Now, you'll have to limit some of that MVP kind of numbers, but I think Josh would rather have a Super Bowl than 4,000 yards rushing and 4,000 yards passing and 800 yards rushing.
Am I so I guess because the Bills have requested permission to interview Brian Daboll, does that mean that he, because you don't have to request to interview him if he's going to be a head coach, right?
It would be a lateral move. Yeah, you would, but he's been
he's
fired.
not a head coach.
He's not, but is he still under contract and being used by the Giants in some sort of manner that would allow them to say no? I don't know.
I mean,
well, they're not going to say no.
No.
I can't imagine. Although, there's a possibility that Miami turned the Cowboys down, didn't they? Somebody got turned down.
I know that apparently the Eagles are very interested in Brian Daboll as their OC. Like, they interviewed him, and they're like, yeah, he's our top target, is the word out of Philly.
As a Cowboy fan, I'm all for this.
I am, too.
I don't want that to happen.
I don't know. I just don't want if it keeps the Bills from hiring Brian Daboll to be the head coach, I'd be fine if Brian Daboll was the OC again. I'm not opposed to that, but I don't want Brian Daboll to be the head coach. I don't think Brian Daboll's a good head coach. I think he proved that over time.
Still the wrong Brian.
Yeah, call Brian Flores.
Still the wrong Brian. 10 years later, we're still the wrong Brian.
They need to text Bill Belichick and say, which one is it again?
I think you got the wrong number. Let's get it right this time.
Yep. All right. There's a lot of people talking about on the Brigade Bar Robert Saleh, and is Robert Saleh the right thing for Cam Ward? I want to talk about that a little bit coming up next. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit out there on 35, just outside of 1604 is where I take my dogs. My MVP, my most valuable pets. why people ask, I tell them all the time, my goodness, my dogs love going to Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. When I drop them off, the tails are wagging. They can't wait to get in. 17,000 square feet of play space, inside and out. Luxury pens for all those. If you're out of town, the video where you can watch your dogs. They got tuck-in treats and all the stuff that you would do for your dog, but maybe just don't want to because they probably haven't earned it at home because they might not be the most obedient dogs. And if your dog's a little bit up there, has a lot of fun, but you can't control, they've got training at Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. Let me tell you, if your dog acts up around home, he's really not part of your family, is he? If you want to make sure your dog, he or she, is in the family life, make sure they act right when you can take them out on a leash and not drag you around or chase up and bark at stuff. That's why training's so important to a family life with a pet, and they've got it there. So on a regular basis, if you're dropping your dogs off for the daily routine or you're going to be heading out of town, know that there's training available for them on a regular basis. Of course, they'll pretty them up, too, and give them all the treatments that they're after. It's a one-stop shop, so if there's a place that you need to take your pet for a day, a week, or need to be trained or prettied up, Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. Write this number down, 210-750-1298. Call it, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Just cleared a couple of our trouble spots. 281 southbound Hildebrand, that wreck is cleared. And the stall on the east side at I-10 westbound Gevers, that is cleared as well. Still have this minor wreck on FM 78 northbound at 1604. It's on the frontage road, so main lanes are getting by. And we're just now getting reports if your travels are taking you out of the San Marcos area, 35 southbound before Posey. Getting reports of an accident with stop and go from McCarty, so that's going to set you back about 10, 12 minutes. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Start the year in dry at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. All Silverado 1500s get 1.9% financing plus an additional $1,250 trade-in rebate. Or buy a new Colorado for only $28,999. And the affordable Trax is only $346 a month with zero down. Plus, all heavy duties have 5.9% financing for 84 months. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Get real results for your health this new year with Synergenics and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and the ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test. Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergenics and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with a real provider, get real medication, and see real results. Learn more at GetMyHealthFix.com for Synergenics and Low T Center. GetMyHealthFix.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
My fiance is a veteran. He was a combat medic in the Army.
I did tours in Korea, Germany, and Bosnia before I got injured.
There's been a lot of wear and tear on his body.
My knees are bone on bone from doing all those jumps and lugging my backpack and all that gear around. I was also exposed to toxins.
When Yusuf got out of the military, he needed help getting his disability benefits.
Luckily, DAV came to the rescue. They fought for me the same way that I fought for my country.
Every year, DAV provides life-changing support to more than 1 million veterans like Yusuf, helping them get the benefits they've earned so they can achieve victories, great and small.
Now Yusuf is paying it forward. DAV has been instrumental in helping him start 2 healthcare technology companies that are working to help veterans everywhere.
My victory is never giving up and finding more ways to serve.
He's pretty amazing.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
If you're watching football this weekend, you know how it goes. Somebody's always hungry by the first quarter. So call Pizza Hut and get the Big New Yorker for just $10. Our biggest pizza for the biggest games. These slices are huge, like use two hands and fold it huge. Feed your crew and order ahead at pizzahut.com or in the app.
Pizza Hut!
Ask for limited time offer. Prices, participation, and availability may vary. Additional charge for extra toppings, max 3 and extra cheese. Taxes, tip, and delivery fee not included.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, you. Welcome in. It's the Morning Huddle. I love this song.
Oh, yeah.
We gonna funk you right on up.
This was Nike, Dr. Dre, right? This is pre-Puma.
So call me Blackula. So don't complain, just chill. Listen to the beats I spill.
What year was this?
Oh, man. Let's go 1995. This was on Friday, on the movie Friday, right? Yeah. 1995. Let's go. 95. Is that right?
Yeah, that's when Smokey was riding in a Pinto.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Keep the heads ringing. All right. Cam Ward is I've seen so many differing opinions on what he is, what people are, and maybe my perspective has been skewed by the last two seasons. We saw, holy crap, look how great Jaden Daniels is, a rookie in the league. And the year before, holy crap, look how good C.J. Stroud was his rookie year. Then I saw Cam Ward this year, and I thought, this guy sucks. But the truth is, maybe he's just a rookie quarterback. And there are worlds where guys that look like Cam Ward looked in year one can improve. I didn't love Cam Ward as a prospect.
Well, I think that's where we need to start. I think, first of all, he was overdrafted. I think we can all admit.
Zero question he was
that
overdrafted.
He was overdrafted. So if we eliminate that standard and hold him to a more appropriate standard, late first round, early second round pick, which by his talent is where he was, I don't think he's in a bad place. But unfortunately, all the duties go along with the pleasure of being, I said duty, of being the number one pick. All the rights and responsibilities also follow. You got to measure up whether you were overdrafted or not. And he didn't.
No. Now, the question becomes, is Robert Saleh the right choice for the Titans? My answer is I think he might be.
Why?
Now, because, well, and I'm looking at it from this lens, because I don't think Cam Ward is long for the Titans.
Well, that's certainly we were talking about failing fast.
Yeah.
And when I see a hiring of Saleh, that does tell me that the new mindset, the new brain trust, whoever that is, and obviously it includes Saleh, is this isn't the guy. And when he didn't go in and interview saying, he is the guy, I can fix him. Because that's not the guy you hire if he's the guy and you can fix him.
Well, I think they looked at Saleh as a guy who is going to make the right hire to help Cam Ward and hope that you can salvage it.
Oh, no, he's here to fix the defense, to protect him and build a culture of like I said, he is Vrabel light.
Yeah.
He is there to build a culture, a long-term culture, just like the last time they smelled any consistent success was under Fisher.
Yeah.
And that guy was no lightning in a bottle. I mean, he was Joe Boring. I think they want to be, the Titan organization wants to be this consistent year in and year out 9-7 kind of team. And they hired a guy that's going to be a year in, year out 9-7 team over time.
Because what I do know is the 3+ years that Robert Saleh was in New York as the head coach, they had some of the worst quarterback play imaginable.
He was inflicted with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers said,
No. He had two. He was inflicted with Zach Wilson.
Well, he had a part in that, though.
Then he asked for Aaron Rodgers.
And Rodgers
And Rodgers was just as bad, if not worse.
Shoot him up and spit him out. He wasn't up to the task to handle the juggernaut, the hurricane that is Aaron Rodgers. He wasn't prepared. He didn't have the chops as a head coach to handle that.
But one thing I do like about Saleh was that he realized quickly, and these are the kind of players I'm talking about when I say fail fast. He realized quickly Zach Wilson is not a franchise quarterback. And it takes a lot of ball, because remember, Zach Wilson was the number 2 pick in the draft. It takes some balls for a head coach after 2 years of that to say, this guy's not good enough.
When your players are begging for Flacco in practice so they can get their reps in, it wasn't a hard decision. But, I give him – most coaches don't have the wherewithal to do that. I'll give you that.
Now, if I were Robert Saleh, this is the first thing I would say, and this is going to ruffle a lot of feathers in Tennessee, but the first thing I would say is – during this offseason, Cam Ward and Will Levis are going to battle and see who's better. And because it's not like Cam Ward was worlds better than Will Levis the year before. So let's see who if Cam or see who's more developed after a year, because I don't think if you get the same quarterback play you got from Cam Ward last year, you're hopeless no matter what your defense looks like. And Cam Ward had a guy in Callahan who was supposed to be an offensive guy who was supposed to help him be better. I don't know who they're going to choose to be the OC, but if I'm that OC, I want to fail fast with Cam Ward. If Cam Ward's not the guy, I want to find out in a hurry.
I don't hold out great hope for this hire. I think he'll even the keel, he'll flatten the waters. But who's going to still be coaching in their current position? Saleh or Stefanski in 5 years, or will either be
Stefanski?
Yeah.
It's a much more winnable place.
Poor Saleh. I mean, to have to land at the Jets for your first opportunity, and then to land in Tennessee for your second. Now, you took those jobs; they weren't inflicted on you.
Yeah,
it's going to be a tough one, because I think that we're going to find out that Cam Ward isn't it.
Well, it's like I said about Mike McDaniel. I think he's making such a brilliant career choice by saying, I would rather be the OC for Justin Herbert than be the head coach for Shedeur Sanders / Deshaun Watson. And a lot of guys would just look at the paycheck difference and go, well, I'm going to take
you take
the
your
big
job when you can. But he's taken that job when he could, and it didn't work. I mean, dude, it set you back, man. You had to go back home. You had to limp back home and hold water for a little bit until you got your next chance. And you go from the Jets to Tennessee. Now, the problems are unique. It's not the same problems, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And one of them is I got a quarterback that I have to not only try to grow, but at the same time find a way out the door. I have to do both at the same time. It's going to be a tough one for him. I just don't know if he's the right guy for this job. I know that he is going to do his best, and it's going to be a very calm franchise. There's not going to be a lot of drama.
Yeah.
Because the drama guys are going to be gone fast. And then they'll start building. And when they do find success, I think he'll play a huge role for the next coach. You'll have some guys there that actually are some foundational players. It won't be Cam Ward, but the next guy will probably be a whole lot more successful than him.
I just think there are some jobs that they're unwinnable jobs. Like, if I got offered a job making triple the money I'm making now, and they said, the job is you are the PR person for the estate of Jeffrey Epstein. I'm like, oh, well, that's a job that how long can I last at that? Because I'm going to fail at that job.
And when I do get done and run through the ringer, who's going to want me?
Yeah, who wants me back? That's essentially what taking the Jets or the Titans job is like. So you gotta be real confident in yourself. But
and he's a good man. I mean, he's a solid dude that will bring in guys that are going to be solid players, but he's going to have to really hire well. He's going to have to hire some guys that kind of have a little swag to them, kind of have some,
And I think he'll steal someone off either Shanahan's staff or McVay's staff, someone that he knows and is familiar with. And if you get an offensive coordinator off of one of those staffs, usually I'm going to go, oh, they'll succeed.
Yeah, and if he worked around Purdy, and Purdy was a raw bit of clay too, and he was probably about as far as talent.
But the difference is, Robert Saleh wasn't directly coaching.
No, I know that, but at least he was in the room. At least he saw how it was handled when their Mr. Irrelevant was trying to find his way. He didn't have to do it with the pressure that Cam has, and you're right. I don't know. I've just seen this happen so many times that I don't expect a whole lot of change in this one.
But big year for Cam Ward. If Cam Ward comes back and it makes some improvements, because I do say that I say this every year, and it goes both ways. I said it after C.J. Stroud's rookie year and Jaden Daniels. I said they're not going to be as good in year 2 because the league adjusts to you.
Mm-hmm.
When you come out like that, the league is too smart to let you just crush them all the time. That said, when you have an underwhelming year like Cam Ward did, one of two things happen: either you have another one and you're pretty much then just a waste, like Zach Wilson was, or you adjust to the league a little bit, and there's a world where Cam Ward can make some adjustments.
I mean, we want it to happen. We know he's got a live arm. I just don't know if he's so far behind the game because of all the, getting to where he is, that he doesn't have enough time.
I don't have faith, but I've been wrong before. All right, halfway there, living on a prayer on hump day. Gotta love that. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
And when you're taking that pill, I want you to consider the water that you are drinking with it. Do you like your water? Do you see stuff floating around in it? Does it leave a residue in the bottom of your glass? Have you had to replace your refrigerator because the ice machine won't work because it's all clogged up with the stuff coming out of your faucet? If you've ever had to deal with that, I need you to call Kinetico right now. 656-PURE is the number. Remember that as I tell you, no better time to ever get a Kinetico than this very moment. One, you can't go one more minute without the very best because it's affecting your pipes. It's affecting your clothes. It's affecting your hair. It's affecting your skin, your pets. I can keep going. Anything the water touches. You need to have the purest possible water all the time, and Kinetico will ensure you of that. And it won't cost you one extra penny in power. You don't even plug a Kinetico in, but here's the deal. If you call 656-PURE today and ask Kinetico to come out and prove it to you, they're going to put a water treatment system in your home if you're already plumbed for it, free of charge for 90 days. You can see what I'm talking about. And when you decide to buy, here's the best deal. There's money in your old water softener. They'll buy some parts on it. With your good credit, there's 0% financing, but there's a gift at the end of the rainbow. It's a reverse osmosis drinking station. For your good purchase, you get the very best in your kitchen. They got the decor to match. Call Kinetico today. Don't wait 1 minute longer. Treat yourself to the very best. That's a Kinetico. Get one now. I know you're going to thank me later.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hello, this is Jason Thompson, and as you know, I've been practicing law here in San Antonio for more than 30 years, helping people and families injured in traffic collisions. So I'm often asked, what is the worst thing you can do after a traffic collision? And the answer is easy. That's trying to handle it on your own without an attorney. Insurance companies have spent billions perfecting their strategy of paying nothing or as little as they can get away with. It wouldn't be David versus Goliath. It would be David versus a million Goliaths. You have no chance. Using AI for help is even worse because AI routinely gives dangerously inaccurate legal advice. It is laughably bad on the law. So bad that a lawyer filing a document drafted by AI will likely be disbarred in Texas. Keep it simple. Just call me. My name is Jason Thompson. I'll give you a free review of your case with no obligation to hire me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com. That's alawyerforus.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. The new era of UFC on Paramount Plus comes out swinging. Highlight machine Justin Gaethje collides with Paddy the Baddy Pimblett in a must-see high-octane main event. Plus, Sean Sugar O'Malley faces off against Song Yadong in a stand-up war filled with high-level striking. Pay-per-view just got knocked out. Stream UFC 324 live on January 24th, only on Paramount Plus. Visit ParamountPlus.com/UFC to get started.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much stuff because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part? Knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. A new trouble spot on 281 northbound Jones-Maltzberger, accident right lane. Still working the wreck at 281 northbound Hildebrand. That's in the left lane and causing a 10-12-minute delay. Slow from 35. On Loop 410 eastbound at Babcock, this wreck in the left lane causing a 15-17-minute delay. Stop and go from Culebra. FM 78 northbound at 1604. This wreck is on the frontage road. And on the south side, 35 southbound Highway 90, accident left lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Here we go again in the NBA. The San Antonio Spurs blew a big lead once again late. They lose to the Rockets 111-106. Houston outscored San Antonio 29-14 in the fourth quarter. Spurs did have some good news. Julian Champagnie led the Spurs with 27, but no other Spur had more than 12. In the NFL, the Miami Dolphins have requested permission to speak with Cowboy assistant special teams coach Carlos Polk for their special teams coordinator opening. This according to ESPN's Todd Archer. Speaking of the Dolphins, former Miami head coach Mike McDaniel is expected to become the Chargers offensive coordinator, barring a change of heart. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hump day! Hump day! Hump day!
Wait a minute.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8:02, 8:03 now, I think. We think. On the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Those last three numbers are, in fact, correct. The first three, I have some questions.
Happy Hump Day, everybody. Happy Hump Day to you. And many more.
You going to be able to fill the void till Sunday? Make it till Sunday?
I guess. I started watching a television show last night.
Oh, what'd you mean?
His and Hers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that one. That was good.
Not bad.
Y'all have already seen the whole thing?
No. My wife dug into that at some point in the last week.
Sometimes I'm jealous of Vic
And the killer is?
No, don't tell me.
Yeah.
Because Vic.
That's Ruffalo, right? That's that one.
No,
right?
it's
no.
It's what's the guy's name? The guy from Punisher.
Yeah, the Punisher.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, him.
What is
Not
his
Ruffalo.
name?
He played Lee Iacocca.
Yeah, he was on the first season of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He's got the crazy looking ears.
He was in The Accountant. He was the brother.
Yeah.
What's
Yep.
his name? He's a pretty good actor. I like him.
John Barenthal. John Barenthal's his name. Yeah. I cheer for him because he's not what you would call traditionally handsome, yet women find him attractive. I like to think there's hope for guys like me with that. Like I'm not traditionally handsome, but maybe there's be like a couple women in the world who are like, oh, he's attractive.
This is no reflection on you, but I didn't think he was a bad looking dude.
Well, his ears look like they've been
like he was a fighter,
like they were stretched.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's got some lobes, doesn't he?
Yeah,
those things flap in the wind.
Yeah, and a snout too.
Yeah.
He's got some things, some features that are like, whoa. But I
get the sense this dude's been in a bar fighter too.
I think so too.
I think
I
think he's thrown some fists. Yeah.
But I like him. I liked him in The Punisher. Now in The Walking Dead, I'm not so sure.
They killed him off real early.
Yeah, because he was banging his best friend's wife.
Yeah, he needed to go.
That's not a good. That's not
But
a nice guy move.
He saved Carl.
But yeah, I started watching that last night. I don't even.
It's a good show.
How many episodes is it, Vic?
8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm
like 2
about
in.
3 in.
Or 9, I think. Yeah,
it's pretty good so far. So in a way I'm jealous of Vic because Vic doesn't watch sports.
Yeah, you can.
So he has the luxury of just watching whatever he feels like all the time.
I just watch Cowboys. That's pretty much it. And any other team is
Well, the other part of that is now's the time. There's all kinds of good stuff coming out because people are getting frozen in.
Oh,
and football's dying out. So there's a lot of releases hitting. Isn't Game of Thrones the newest one coming out here in the next week or two?
What?
Oh, that's right.
Another spinoff.
Yeah, another spinoff. But it looks like a good one. It's not going to be. It's going to be about a dude that worked his way up. I think it's. I saw a little bit. My wife told me the whole backstory. It sounds good.
I was one of those guys that the last season of Game of Thrones was so disappointing to me.
Yeah, it was.
Even though
everybody. Yeah.
But
but you know what? Remember at the time. People didn't like to talk about how bad it was because they were so invested in the show that they were like, oh, it's so great, even though objectively it was a bad last season.
In hindsight, it was bad, yeah.
And people were getting so mad at me because we used to talk about Game of Thrones on my show every week.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this season sucks. And everyone's like, how can you say that? And it's like, you only think it's good because you're so invested in it.
Because they made up with lack of plot with cinematography. It was shot spectacularly, but there was no plot.
You remember the one episode where you couldn't see anything because it was too dark?
Yeah, when she took off her crown.
It's like the whole episode was shot like it had a lens over the camera, and they're like, well, you could have adjusted your TV. Bro, I've been watching this show for 6 years. You're asking me to adjust my TV
only
now?
time I'm going to adjust the TV is if I can see a nipple.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only time I'm going to bring into focus. And you lost the nipples about 3 years prior to that. The reason I got into that was not the reason I stayed.
So I haven't watched any of the spin-off stuff. I didn't watch that House of Dragons. I didn't watch any of that.
But I heard that, another one's coming out. And if it's about the Mad King, I don't need to see any more of that.
Yeah,
I don't like the girl. None of that.
Well, also, generally, Game of Thrones was an exception for me because, I'm
down with that.
I like all the backstabbery and the killing off characters and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I don't like shows about dragons.
Oh, see, I do.
And fantasy. I think that's stupid.
Oh, no, it's escapism.
No, it's cool.
And they combined escapism with nudity.
Oh, I like
it doesn't
that.
Get any better.
I like shows about boobies and violence.
Boobies and dragons, man.
But I don't need dragons.
Oh,
well, you got half of it.
Dire wolves and dragons and witches that are 400 years old and dudes that don't die. Dragon glass and little tiny people that were. Man, it's got all the stuff.
I didn't need it, but
like a good party.
I generally like that show, despite being a dragon show. But I was the last season was so crappy. I wasn't going to watch any spin-off. It's
this was supposed to be better.
I used to love Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, I watched all of that.
Oh,
yeah.
That was a great show.
Was very good.
And it had such a bad ending.
I hated Gemma. Dang,
oh yeah,
she got away with everything.
But the ending of that show was so awful.
I know.
Then they're like, the Mayans is out, and I'm like, no, you're ruined for me. I don't care about the Mayans now. You ruined the whole show for me.
I did see the Mayans, so that was pretty. I liked it just because I was invested in the story already.
That thread I never caught on. Never watched any of those. I wish I had. At least that's a series out there that I know at least for a year or two is worth it.
It was when they killed off Opie in prison. That's when it jumped the shark. Things went downhill when Opie died.
That's a couple of series. Wait, Opie didn't die in Mayberry.
No, but if they would have, that would have been the end of the
That
series.
would have been an end.
That would have
been a tough end.
Would have been it.
Knotts would have killed him.
Dido says, AJ, he is rich. That's why he's attractive. Are you rich? No, in fact,
no. That's one of our issues.
I live in poverty.
We're radio guys.
No, I live in poverty.
Well, we're radio guys because we don't have the face for television.
That's right.
Like,
that's why I don't have a camera.
Yeah. Every time I need to start being like, every time I bitch about something in my life, I need to go, oh yeah, but like, what if
all things are relative?
What if I lived where Vic lived? It's like, oh,
I don't know, man.
That's a nice neighborhood. I'm not dogging the
Good
dog
luck
there.
with that.
That's a good place.
I don't even blend it.
Oh yeah, why don't you move in there, Rob?
I have lived there.
No,
I've
you
lived
have
in that
not.
neighborhood many times.
No,
yeah,
you
don't know
have
where I
not.
grew up.
Oh, you ain't
I'm
living over
south of Highway 90. I went to South Southwest Campus. My bona fides are solid.
No,
All right.
it
Since
was
you've had an
different in
option?
the 80s. It was different in the 80s.
You lived there because your dad lived there.
Well, I grew up there, yeah.
Okay. As soon as you were able to pay your own rent, you lived over there?
I moved elsewhere. But I know of what I speak. I know of what I speak. It was a great place to grow up. It's just not where I chose
I got
to
my house
spend my
cheap.
adulthood.
I bought my house in 2002, and it was super cheap.
I mean, there are some benefits, certainly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but I mean,
speaking of cheap housing, I saw the interest rates are like, it's never going to go down, is it? I'm never going to be able to refinance my house.
Nope.
It will.
Okay.
There's some,
I have 4%
extenuating
right now, and I think it's going to stay.
And now
if it goes below 4, I'll do it.
The interest rates are going to go down. We've got I don't want to get too economical here, but economics tells us that when supply exceeds demand or vice versa, eventually the bubble bursts. There is a medium. It's the invisible hand. If you want to get deep into it, it'll find it. Interest rates will eventually get back down. The price will never go down.
No.
But the rates will eventually drop. We'll need some free money.
Speaking of, you know how you in your mind you think this is how much something's supposed to cost? And now especially we go and it's like, oh my God, that's really expensive. In your mind, what's an oil change supposed to cost?
You know,
not new air filter, not new wiper blades. Like
you're right,
okay,
man. In my mind, that's a $40 pit stop.
Is it conventional or synthetic?
I use synthetic.
Okay, at about $100.
No, but in my mind, that's a $40 pit stop.
Same. Like I thought it was $40-50.
It is
it's
conventional. It's
now.
conventional.
It's 150 every time now.
Yeah. Conventional oil is 40.
It's that creep. It's that little creep, the convenience creep. Well, you know, I'll pay an extra $10 to not have to get out of my car. I'll pay an extra $20 to not get out of my car. So yeah, it's the creep of
no
cost.
air filter.
I like. Yeah.
Do you go to Take 5? I used to Take 5.
You know,
I
used to take great pride in my ability to change my own oil. And I
don't like messing
I'm
with
not
it.
doing that anymore.
I don't want to have all the equipment on hand. I don't have to take the oil somewhere to dump it.
All that is just. But in my day, I was awfully proud that I would change my own oil and put in my own filter. I could do it, and I was proud of it. Now, dude, I'm not getting close to that crap. I'm not going to do it. So I'll just pay somebody else and bitch about it until Well, here's the good news.
Thank God I don't have my big truck anymore.
No kidding. Or diesel dealing with other stuff. But the good news is oil is better now. It's not 3,000 miles. So at least it lasts a little bit longer. Before, that oil turned into water at about 2,500 miles.
No,
so
you're right.
Now you can go 8, 9, 10,000 depending on your mix. So it is better there, but that's crazy.
It's not basin oil. It's not the Venezuelan oil.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I hate to be the old man on the patio, but dude, that is nuts because the oil hasn't changed. It's the same oil. They've just improved on, and it's not even real oil. It's synthetic.
Yeah,
and we're not even drilling for this stuff.
Like when another thing that it really hit me was like a bag of Doritos. Like the price, you know how they put a little price on the bag. It's like $6.49 for a bag of Doritos.
Yeah, Funyuns are the same.
Doritos are supposed to be like $2.99.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that was.
I'm getting old.
But no, that's the kitchen table conversation.
No,
that
but
a lot
I'm
of
getting
people
old,
have.
and I'm like, I remember when, the things that my grandpa used to say. I was like, oh yeah, I remember.
Back in my
You remember
day.
when a hamburger was a nickel? You tell me. All right, yeah, that's cool. That's what I've become.
There's a picture that popped up in my memories. I was standing in Florida, and gas was $4.75. There's a picture, and you can see behind me back in 2008 during the collapse.
Yeah,
$4.7. At least it's not that. You know, at least I'm not.
True.
Yeah,
that was,
you know why? Because you live in
my
Texas.
Yeah, no, this was in Orlando. But
No, that's why it's not that now. Go to
But I'm just
Vegas,
saying,
go to California.
We don't have that kind of creep there, at least. At least I can go. It did come down a little bit from previous, which I think makes it even harder when you're talking about $6 bag of Doritos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That surprised me, too.
And I'm not the kind of guy that looks at prices. It is what it is.
That's kind of how I feel, too. But it's
when
also,
you go,
man.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Then I'm the old man. I'm that dude that's like the Geico commercials. No one knows and no one cares.
I've started taking I take my kids now when they need haircuts. I take them to the barber college in the ghetto.
Yeah.
Because the barber college is like, you pay $10 and then you tip the guys. And
so $20 probably.
So
per
when
each,
I
right?
was a young man, I'd go get my haircut and it'd be like.
It was $5 back then. I remember.
By the time I was done tipping, it was like a $20, $25 on a high end experience. Now, if you just take your kids to a regular ass barbershop, it's like $60. And then
super great, wonderful cuts. At least I know I get what I pay for. I get a $20 haircut.
And a 12-pack of soda is like $7, almost $8 now. Before they were $4.29.
Got to head toward the Dr. B, the White Lightning.
I can't do it.
Dr. Lightman.
Oh, I did do. I get Diet Dr. B.
Do you really?
No, I don't skimp on myself.
There's some things like I won't eat.
I mean, not all the time, but once in a while. I have to have my DP Zero though.
There's a couple things that I won't go store brand on.
Well, HEB has trained us. You don't need.
I know, and they're right about a lot of things, but some things it's like no.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
get
going with Dole.
the Hill Country Fair vegetables and all of that. But you're right, there are.
I'll get Hill Country Fair cheese.
I've been trained, man.
Yeah,
when I first got married, my wife was buying, the name brands. Like, honey, we're in San Antonio. We don't do that. We buy the Park Manor, the Hill Country favorite.
But I ain't buying.
We buy that. We don't buy Dole. That's for fans. That's the dims with money.
I'm not buying I'm not buying off-brand cereal. Like I
won't
refuse
either.
to do that.
No, I won't either. Yeah.
My best friend when I was
I buy grape nuts.
my best friend when I was growing up, when I'd go spend the night at his house, his family had the cereal in a bag. It didn't even come in a box. It was just a big bag. It was
I hate those.
It was like some knockoff Fruit Loops. It was like fruity O's or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was
the
like,
chocolate ones, the ones that what is it, Cocoa Crisp?
and I was
something?
like, this is so awful. I can't eat this cereal.
Chocolate balls,
Toaster Pops. It's like, well, these aren't Pop-Tarts. Where's the Pop-Tart? We get Toaster Pops here.
Oh, that's a. HEB didn't do a good job of that, though.
They do a good job on a lot of
like,
stuff, but there's some stuff I won't change on. And I'm not drinking a Dr. B.
No,
I ain't doing that.
If I'm a treat myself, I'm going all the way in, man.
Yeah,
I'm getting the real stuff, the high test.
I do get my Dr. Pepper Zero, but if they're out and there's none in the back, and I'm not coming back, and I see a Diet Dr. B available, I'll just grab a 12-pack.
No, my dad will pull a Dr. B and be proud of it.
Really?
Oh, he's proud. I saved $6.
Oh,
yeah,
that ain't me.
Taste it.
That ain't me.
Well, he paid 10 cents for gas at one point.
Well, yeah.
That's true.
No, my dad's the kind of guy that sits in line at Costco. If I see a line like a 3-car line anywhere, I ain't going.
That's why I go to HEB at 6 in the morning, because I will not.
My wife drives she goes way out of her way to get cheap gas.
See, I do the math. It's 45 cents. I'll pay you the extra 50 cents.
Yeah, just because I'm right here.
And when we're talking about pennies a gallon, I only put 10 gallons in. It ain't that much more.
No, you're
right. But
right.
I'm not going to sit in line for 3-4 cars to get my gas to save 10 cents. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, me neither.
Jose says cereal that comes in a bag with powdered milk that you just add water. Oh,
that's living.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Powdered milk. To my knowledge, I've never had powdered milk. I'm sure I have at some point, but
I didn't know.
I didn't do it willingly.
Right.
Like when I was a kid, I grew up very middle class, but both my parents worked in the oil field, so I was like, it didn't feel like we had money, but I was never poor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My wife grew up poor.
You weren't poor. You were just broke.
Well, no, we weren't even broke, but it's just like,
poor.
Oil field, like even people who work in the oil field and don't make great oil field money aren't poor.
Oh,
if you work in the oil, and both my parents were. They were like, my mom was an executive for an oil company.
So they drive the broke people BMW.
But like, I didn't realize at the time, like they didn't just give us whatever we wanted. No. But then like when I talked to my wife about like the stuff that they would skimp on. I was like, what? And it it makes you appreciate what you had. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I wasn't poor. I don't know what poor was.
Hey,
but
we ate a lot of ribs and meat during
a lot of rice and beans.
Yeah, meatloaf and I mean, we had some good meals growing up. We weren't like.
No, I was fortunate.
I didn't have I never had a meal with no meat. My dad would have said. My dad would
was
have been like, "What?"
There was always a meat. It was either pork chops. It was a steak. It was ground meat.
Like
it was
the idea of
always something.
There's people who eat spaghetti with no meat in the sauce.
I know.
Like they just make noodles and then dump a jar of sauce.
That is blasphemy.
That's crazy. But my wife's like, "Oh yeah, we did that." I'm like, what?
That's day to day.
Oh my God! I would have eaten the dog if I would have had to go a meal without meat. Well, it's time to go, pup.
Let's go.
All right. Speaking of poor, a fella lost his job yesterday. We'll talk about that on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
How you feel this morning? You wake up fully activated, ready to attack the day. Nothing physically keeping you out of the game. If that's you, keep on. You're living life right. But so many of us live in pain. Have that one thing that just won't let go and keeps you out of doing things you want. For some of us, it's bad feet. You ever had plantar fasciitis? If you can't stand all day, man, that's a tough life. You know, a Rosti can fix that and so many other things. If you're living in pain, know there's a fix just around the corner. There's a Rosti providers all around San Antonio, highly trained and ready to get you out of pain. Here's good news. They accept most insurances, and you don't have to wait on them. You never need a referral. So know this. If you woke up with a soft tissue injury, a sprain or a strain, a bad shoulder, even those tension headaches, a Rosti can fix it and fix it fast. Their hands-on approach works like nothing other. Trust me, because it has nothing to do with pills to hide the pain and nothing to do with surgery to prolong it. It's your body fixing itself, and let me tell you, I'm living proof it works. Lower back issues, oh my goodness, there's no better way to get out of pain fast. So what do? Well, you write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. Trust me, you're calling local. Or go to the website of Rosti.com. You see all the locations around there. They're going to accept most insurances, and they're going to get you fixed fast. So don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. The fix is out there right now. It's called a Rosti. Call them now. Thank me later.
Joel, I've invented the perfect exercise machine. It's practical, efficient, and fits in any home. I give you the Row and Go. Ta-da! It's a rowing machine that connects to your toilet, so you can row and...
Stop. Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC will help homes stay in tip-top shape. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M16004, TACLA 141074E.
Hello, this is Jason Thompson, and as you know, I've been practicing law here in San Antonio for more than 30 years, helping people and families injured in traffic collisions. So I'm often asked, what is the worst thing you can do after a traffic collision? And the answer is easy. That's trying to handle it on your own without an attorney. Insurance companies have spent billions perfecting their strategy of paying nothing or as little as they can get away with. It wouldn't be David versus Goliath. It would be David versus a million Goliaths. You have no chance. Using AI for help is even worse because AI routinely gives dangerously inaccurate legal advice. It is laughably bad on the law. So bad that a lawyer filing a document drafted by AI will likely be disbarred in Texas. Keep it simple. Just call me. My name is Jason Thompson. I'll give you a free review of your case with no obligation to hire me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com. That's alawyerforus.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Hey, the big game's almost here, if you know what I mean. And if your dog goes wild every time the doorbell rings, it's time for a new game plan. Whether you scored a brand new puppy over the holidays or your current MVP needs better discipline, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit's ready to help coach him up. Sign your dog up for professional training sessions focused on winning behavior. From boarding and daycare to expert training, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is here for you. Call them today at 210-750-1298. That's 210-750-1298 today.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hey, good morning, everybody. 8:26 on the Morning Huddle.
New Super Bowl? Are they?
Yeah, man. Doing the pregame. Are they going to do the national anthem?
I hope.
Are they Bay Area guys? Are they?
I don't know, but I would guess yes. Yeah. I remember.
Hold on.
Are they still cool? Green Day still rocking?
I guess. I don't know.
They look old.
Yeah,
they're up there.
Yeah, you reach an age as a punk rocker where it's probably time to like.
Yeah, you don't need to color your hair no more.
Yeah,
So
you know.
that's it.
And some of the stuff they're singing about is stuff that like it's cool for a 20-year-old to sing about, but
yeah,
maybe not like a 55-year-old man.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start singing sitting down.
Yeah. How old do you think Billy Joe Armstrong is?
Oh, it's got to be in his 40s.
40s, my ass.
Yeah, 50s.
Who?
Billy Joe, the lead singer. Billy Joe Armstrong, born
64.
53.
Oh, okay.
He's not that old. 53. Because they like when I was in high school, they were like they were in their 20s. They were young and in their prime, so it makes sense. About 8 years older than I am. But you're reaching that age where it's like, maybe time to just, I don't know, maybe pull it back a little. But what do I know? What do I know? Like the Clash at like 80 years old, rocking out.
Yeah. That's it, right?
Well, I mean, Stone's still doing it.
Yeah, but they're
living on a prayer.
They're not like
Bon Jovi's still doing it.
Punk rockers though. Like you know what I mean? Like
you're right. And maybe
there's something to like the anti-authoritarian, like suck it. We're the
zombie band.
Hey, rock and roll, baby.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. But when you're
I just wonder if they were just cool.
If who was just cool?
If they were just like still a band that, the kids were down with.
I don't really know. Yeah. I don't really know. Is anybody in the Clash still alive?
The Clash? Yeah, I think Nick is still alive.
Let's see. Joe Strummer.
He's still alive, isn't he?
No, he's
Oh,
dead.
Strummer's dead? Well, then they're all dead.
Mick Jones is a British musician,
Not
still
Mick.
alive. Wow. Paul Simonson's still alive, and Nicky Hedden still. So only Joe Strummer's dead. Okay.
The Clash.
All right. Well, that's a good band. Yeah, but they can't go on without Joe Strummer. I mean,
He was the Clash.
Yeah, he's the band. Enough to talk about the
Did you see
Clash.
there's a movie about the beginning of the Clash.
What's it called?
I wish I could remember, but Chrissy Hynde had a role in the formation of the Clash.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be into that. I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind
it's pretty
seeing
good.
something like that. We were talking about guys being poor, and I don't know if he's going to be poor, but he's certainly unemployed now. Trayvon Diggs, released by the Packers yesterday after playing 34 snaps for them this season. He started against the Vikings. He was not used at all against the Bears in the playoff game. And it is now, first of all, there was zero chance they were going to bring him back on his current contract. Like there was no guaranteed money yet left on it, and it was going to basically be all salary cap. So they were like, no, we're good with that. So they can cut him without any salary cap ramifications. He would have made $14.5 million if they had kept him. They ain't going to do that. So now we'll see what the market really is for Trayvon Diggs now. And I don't know if there's anybody whose stock has dropped more than his in the last 2 years. But between poor play when he's on the field and not being on the field and being drama, I don't know what the going rate for a Trayvon Diggs is. I wouldn't mind having Trayvon Diggs on my team as a third corner or a low end second corner, but I think the days that Trayvon Diggs is going to get paid as a top end number one corner, those are gone.
Well, we're acting like he wants to play. We're acting like he has a need, a fever, a desire to be a professional football player. And I think the moment he signed that $60 million deal, that went out the window. I don't think I don't think there's a fire to play. I don't think there's a desire to. Physically, he might be limited. He's still gifted. He could still play. I will say this. If I bring Trayvon Diggs in, I bring him in as a starter. And if you can't start for me, you don't play for me.
I don't want you.
I don't want you. You're not a backup. You're a starter. And you come in as a starter, and if I'm not going to pay you a little bit of money to play 20 downs. I can develop a rookie to do that. You know what I mean? So either he's starting in the NFL or he's done.
He signed a 5-year, $97 million contract in 2023. But
he only got 2 years of that.
Got 2 years of it.
I just looked up his net worth. They figure the money he's been paid through his rookie deal, which was tiny. He only got 2 years plus the signing bonus. He's probably worth about $18 million. So, I mean, he got enough money in the bank to never work again. And I don't think he wants to work again. I just don't see it.
I'm not sure. He's still a pretty young guy.
I hope he is reborn anew. But I think his relationship with Micah, I think the cancer that he created in Dallas, it's hard to make news as a Dallas Cowboy and being a bad dude. See, there's a lot of them.
What's funny is I think Trayvon Diggs was more of a cancer than Micah. I think if anything,
I think so too.
He was a negative impact on Micah because I think he's the one who was like, man, I wouldn't play for them if I were you. Because Micah strikes me as a guy who loves football. You know what I mean? Like whatever you want to say about Micah and not being in Dallas and why he's not in Dallas, I accept. But I've never doubted that Micah is a passionate football player. I don't think Trayvon Diggs loves
I think Trayvon
football.
was a very good football player that happened to get paid to do it, but he was never going to go any further than what his natural ability took him. He wasn't going to push through the knee injury. He wasn't going to fight his way back. He was going to do it on his own time with his own guys. That was a guy who got paid and got real comfortable, and really, he won the race. He did. He went. He became a pro. He got the second deal. He did everything that he was programmed to do, and that's it.
I think Trayvon Diggs is like you say, you think he's a great player who wasn't going to push through. I think he's a pretty good player who had one phenomenal season.
Truth, yeah.
And cashed in
we'll never know.
Realized, what do I have to do now?
And I wouldn't say that, but his brother's a jerk too. So I think there's something endemic in the Diggs household that I don't think you love football to the point that you would die for it. And I don't think you would fight through a lot of hurt for it. You were just really good at it.
In general, is he a guy you would want on your team?
No, not at all.
I don't think I would either. I think he's just bad for a locker room. I mean, like I said, I think somebody's going to be able to use him.
Only as a starter. You don't want that guy on your bench. You don't want him to have any extra time talking to anybody else around him because he is a cancer.
I agree with that. The Baker Mayfield, Kevin Stefanski.
This is out of the blue, man. I thought those dudes were buds.
Well, apparently not. Orlando Ledbetter said Falcons' Kevin Stefanski had a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson failed, which started a chain reaction to 11 other starters. Shedeur Sanders closed out last season with 7 starts, and he had 13 starters under Stefanski. Baker went 11-5 in 2020, which was their first playoff berth, and then he played hurt the next year. But Baker quote tweeted it and said, "Failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text/call from him after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach."
Dude,
there's a lot of people who thought they did Baker dirty at the time. And in hindsight, Baker probably feels like he won because Baker's had much more success since that happened than Deshaun Watson did. But I think most people also thought at the time Deshaun Watson was a much better football player than Baker Mayfield. That just hasn't turned out to be the case.
No, not even close. I really thought that it was more about Baker and Stefanski just coming to an end than it was this vitriol, like you didn't even talk to me when you traded me kind of stuff.
That is pretty dirty.
That's not the kind of reputation I'd heard from Stefanski. I know there's two sides to the story, and I hope that Kevin retorts. I hope we see a response.
I don't think
from
he will.
From Coach Stefanski to let him know why this happened. Because Baker, you were a miserable failure. I mean, it was on you too.
I think he got the Browns to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a miserable failure.
You know what? And it was with Stefanski. That's why this is kind of like, I don't know how this happened, how they fell apart.
I think that Baker took it personally that they were, because they had an opportunity to get Deshaun, they moved on from Baker at a time where Baker thought they should have given him, because he played through that injury, Baker thought they were going to give him another chance. So I get how Baker feels like they did him kind of dirty.
Who's the Haslam, right?
The
guy, the Rocket Mortgage guy, right? Yeah. I'd blame him more than I would blame Stefanski.
I think I would too, but if you're the coach, at some point, if you haven't reached out, like that is pretty.
I like Cheeseman a division though. I like it.
Now I heard on ESPN this morning them saying they need to make the Falcons-Bucks standalone games. I don't need that. All right, I don't need a standalone Baker Mayfield versus Michael Penix matchup. Like I don't need that on Sunday Night Football, but. I'm interested.
It was already
adds a little volume to the game.
There was already a little bit of drama there. They didn't like each other, so this is just an ongoing feud. But this is not a be-all, end-all feud between superstar and super team at all.
All right, well, let's take a break. We'll talk to Dr. Jason Garrett on the other side. I got to ask him about my groin. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
A groin injury. I'll tell you what. If you're dealing with a groin injury, you go to a doctor, right? And if you're trying to lose some weight, you go to an expert, right? Reading a magazine article or something online, that doesn't work. I bet you've tried it and it didn't. That's why Dr. Torres and the Institute for Functional Health has been so successful. Well, just people just like you who, after a lifetime of bad decisions, have come to the realization that I got to lose some weight, whether a doctor tells you or you just don't like the way you look in the mirror. And if you resolve to make 2026 your healthiest year yet, you need to call Dr. Jacob Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Because the idea behind functional health is, are you feeling good while you're living good? Because while you're losing weight, if you're miserable, what's the point, right? The whole idea is to feel good and live good. And the Institute takes that into account with every situation. Dr. Torres will put together a program that you can live with from now on, not a short-term diet. How about a long-term lifestyle? I talked to Dr. Torres just about 10 years ago. I was 75 pounds heavier than I am now. I continue to stay on a program that I can live with, and I want that for you. Call him today. Go to the website. It is easy, iffhealth.com. Take the functional health test, but make the decision to make your life healthier. 210-468-1891 is the number that'll change your life. Call it today and thank me tomorrow.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few trouble spots, so let's start at 281 northbound at Hildebrand. This wreck in the left lane, that has you stop and go from 35. Another at 281 northbound Jones-Maltzberger, right lane blocked, and that has you slow from Bassey. On 410 eastbound at Babcock. Now, this is our heaviest delay this morning. This accident in the left lane causing almost a 30-minute delay, about 25, 26 minutes. Stop and go from Culebra. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
The future won't wait. Neither should you. That's why American Public University offers affordable, flexible master's programs to keep you moving forward. American Public University, built for what's next. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Did you know that Apple started in a garage? Google started in a garage. So did Amazon and Hewlett-Packard. At the next rodeo, we have nothing against garages, but this is for those burgeoning businesses that started in backyards. Bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, home offices, and also garages. Small businesses with smaller beginnings that were looked down on. Tucked down, too, but had the smarts to survive and the grit to grow. And now they're ready for the next chapter, the next level. Now they're ready for the next rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a creative partner that brings world-class thinking to companies who know where they're going, no matter where they came from. The Next Rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Spurs in Houston. Those two teams don't like each other. All the reaction.
Plus, the latest on the Cowboys defensive coordinator search. We'll talk about it with RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com.
And all the rest going on in the NFL.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take it to the Buyers Barricade guest line. You know him, you love him. The man with the golden finger. Right, Rob?
I hope so.
It's a legend.
Yeah.
From a Rosti. Well, Rob told me that a Rosti could fix me with a golden finger.
Oh, yeah. A well-placed thumb.
That's right. It's Dr. Jason Garrett. Good morning, Dr. Garrett.
Good morning. I guess better golden than brown.
Yeah, true
that is
Dr.
true.
Jellyfinger.
That is true. All right, Doc. I'm getting up there in years now. I'm no longer a young, spry man. I'm now becoming elderly. And I took a nap yesterday, and I think I injured myself during my nap. I sleep with a leg pillow to keep my knees from touching, and I think the leg pillow that I used was maybe a little bit too big. So now, when I woke up from that nap, my groin was very sore, and I'm continuing to struggle with it. And like it's mostly when I try to push out with my leg that I have real effects from it. What does that make sense that could have been a way I was injured? And what is my diagnosis look like?
I've been doing this for 25 years, and I have never heard of an injury like this. And I'm a chief medical. I have 300 doctors that work for me, and I've got to review cases all the time, and I've never heard of one of them having one like this. So
what?
You have stumped me. Yeah, this is a.
Oh
this
man.
Is pretty. I don't know what. Maybe this means like you're super awesome, or kind of the opposite.
Oh, it ain't that.
Physically.
I don't think I'm
I think
super
we're all
awesome
comfortable
physically.
with that one.
I'm on my fourth career ACL, so I got my own problems.
I can tell you from personal experience, it ain't that.
Yeah, typically not a groin issue, but now, yeah, it hurt myself napping is a new one for me.
Yeah, I would say unless it still continues to hurt for the next several days, I wouldn't worry about it. It's probably going to loosen up. You probably just, squeeze too hard on that pillow when you're sleeping. Maybe you're having a good dream, and it should get better. If not, then call me back in a few days and let me know.
Okay. I hope you're right, Doc. I hope you're right. Baker Mayfield won't be back in a few days. He has fractured his ankle. Now, Doc, have you seen the video of the play where they say he fractured his ankle?
You're talking not Baker.
Bo Nix, I'm sorry, yeah. Have you seen the play? Do you believe that he fractured his ankle on that play, or do you believe the underground rumors that say he hurt himself during the celebration?
I did watch the video several times because I was fascinated by it because it seemed like such an innocuous move, but he did. So when he went down to kneel like that, it looked like he got bumped, and he went down pretty aggressively, and if his weight shifted from his knee hitting the ground to his ankle, and he everted it. So most people, when they roll their ankle, they invert it. That's when you get the ankle sprain. It swells up on the outside. When you evert it, when you roll it the other way, there's not a lot of room for it to move like it is the other way, and your fibula, the distal part, the end of your fibula can break pretty easily, which is, I think, more than likely the bone that he broke. So it did look like it could have happened, but, I mean, it could have been the celebration afterwards, too. Who knows? That'd be a better story. The fact that they're not even saying which bone he broke is pretty surprising.
Would you want a quarterback who breaks his ankle taking a knee? Is that something you'd be comfortable with in the long term?
My question is, how does something like this happen? I mean, do bones break pretty typically like that?
No, not really. But if you look at it if you look at it several times, he went very aggressively down, almost like he had a little stutter kneel, and then somebody bumped into him right as he did that. So if you're going down to the ground trying to hit your knee, and someone shifts your weight onto your ankle, and it just catches the wrong way, now you've got 200 plus pounds plus velocity coming down on an ankle that isn't meant to move that way. It is very easy to break a bone if you put the right pressure in the right direction.
Steven Adams for the Houston Rockets is out indefinitely, diagnosed with a grade 3 ankle sprain. Now, I hear of ankle sprain. I hear of high ankle sprain. I know those take a while to come back from. Grade 3 ankle sprain, like they're saying maybe a 6-month diagnosis on that. What is that? I've never even heard of such a thing. A sprain that takes 6 months? What are we talking about here?
Usually that means there's significant ligament tearing. So instead of just stretching the ligament out, injuring it, maybe partially tearing some of the fibers, because there's a lot of ligaments that support the outside of the ankle, but the ATFL, the anterior talofibular ligament, it's the one that is the most protected. If you fully rupture that, then you're looking at either surgery to repair it or try to let it heal and scar down, which can take up to 6 months. So it's not like your typical ankle sprain. It's much, much more severe.
I want to talk about Devin Vassell's core injury. How long has he been out now? A month? When we're dealing with, I don't know what his specifics are, but we're getting on to the hamstring, calf tightness, afraid of a rupture someplace else. When you hear the length of time he's been out, at what point do you start thinking surgery might have been a better option?
Yeah, if there's a rupture in the abdominal wall where something is protruding and they could have repaired it right away for, core injury, then that should have been done right away. But sometimes they like to see if it will heal, because anytime you cut into somebody, there are risks associated with that, and you're going to be out 6 to 8 weeks anyway. So if he's been out for a month or so and he's still on track to get in, it's still better than surgery, unless he comes back and tears it more and then ends up having surgery anyway. So unfortunately, healthcare and surgical decisions are never black and white. There's always a lot of guessing involved.
Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat is not going to make this road trip with the Heat. They've got a 5-game road trip coming up. He's got an MRI on his ribs, and the scans have shown a coastal chondral issue. Explain what that is, and I mean it's clearly not a broken rib, But what is it? What does that entail, and what's the timeline look like for something like that?
So that is the cartilage. So as your ribs move, they have to expand, right? So they're bones, but they have cartilage attachments in your sternum, and when they kind of come together, it allows them to move freely. You can bruise that, irritate that, get inflammation in that. The problem with that is every time you take a breath, it feels like someone's stabbing you. It's very, very painful, and you just have to wait for that inflammation to go away. There's no surgery for it. There's no treatment for it. You can take some anti-inflammatories, but for the most part, it's going to heal, and it's going to heal pretty predictably because you can't not move it because you have to breathe every single day. You can't stop breathing. So it does heal well. It's just very painful, and you don't want to get injured or hit again while it's in the healing process.
Jimmy Butler blew an ACL. That's not uncommon. But a guy of his age, of his stature, what's different about blowing a knee at this age, late 20s, early 30s, or 36, excuse me, late 30s, as opposed to 26? What's the difference in the rehab?
Rehab is going to be about the same. It's just he's not as elastic. All your connective tissue becomes a little bit more fibrotic every decade of life. So he's going to face that battle of coming back and having just more stiffness, more soreness. Jimmy Butler is a unique individual. One, he's got unbelievable drive more than a lot of – he's kind of got that Kobe mentality where it seems like he works really hard. So I think he'll be recovering better than most people. And he also has a pretty good attitude. Like, he was literally cracking jokes and laughing as he's being carried off the court. Most guys don't do that. They freak out. They panic. They start to catastrophize. So having a really good attitude and a positive outlook makes a tremendous difference in the surgical recovery process because there's going to be some dark days, and he's got to be able to pull through those.
Well, I want to talk about some ACLs because Patrick Mahomes, his doctor's telling him he thinks they can have him good to go by week 1 of next year. And first, I'll ask you, how realistic is that? But also, Zach Charbonnet, who tore his ACL this last weekend, is obviously out for the season. I don't expect him to be back week 1, certainly. But my question would be, with those guys, one who's a pocket passer, the other who's like a bruising running back, how much longer and more stable of a recovery do you have to have for a guy like Charbonnet, who's going to be running between the tackles, taking that beating, versus a guy like Mahomes, who's going to be back in the pocket protected?
Yeah, the standard right now for an ACL for like a running back or a wide receiver is really 9 months. I mean, 6 months, you're fully healed, you get your strength back, but you're just not really ready yet. 9 months seems to be the timeline where everything comes together. That's when Adrian Peterson came back in the NFL, and he broke the rushing record the year after he tore his ACL. So it's definitely possible. It's possible to come back sooner, with peptides and other growth hormones and things that can get to heal faster. But there's that psychological part. We talked about it before. Trusting your leg doesn't happen in 9 months. It's really, a year-long process to really feel comfortable cutting and running when you've done that move over and over and over and nothing ever happened before.
We saw Jalen Williams, OKC, strain a hammy, going to be out for an indefinite amount of time. The same kind of question, I guess it goes back to the Devin Vassell. When you hear indefinite long-term, there was obviously a decision made that we're going to try to avoid a knife and try to heal this thing out. With a hamstring, is it any different? Is there a 3 weeks and we don't feel better, we cut? Or once you decide, you kind of made that decision and you can't really go back without extending that rehab time by double?
Yeah, hamstrings they're kind of like a whole other muscle pulls. You could literally have a bad pull and make a full recovery in a week, or you could have a moderate pull and it takes 6 to 8 weeks because there's so many other factors that go into it. It's your biomechanics. It's what caused the injury in the first place. Do you have a hip flexor issue? Do you have a muscle imbalance? So if those things are present, you've got to basically get him back to normal, get him back to healthy movement, regardless of the healing time of the hamstring. So if he was, for example, if he hurt it badly, but it was just kind of a freak movement, those tend to respond pretty well. If you hurt it moderately, but it was because of a repetitive motion that he's been building up, those take a long time to correct. They can be the 6 to 8 weeks or even longer. Or those are the ones that unravel when you bring them back because the movement pattern dysfunction is still present when they come back. So I'm assuming he probably had some stuff they already knew about that was precipitating it, and that's why they're saying it's indefinite.
All right. This is kind of a off the radar question for you, but the LA Rams in Chicago are said to have put cayenne pepper in their socks to keep warm. They said it warmed up their feet and it kept the blood flowing. Is that a real thing? Is that something that's possible to work?
The only way that works is if you have a mucous membrane, so like your eyes, your mouth, other orifices in the body. If pepper gets in those places, it burns like crazy, causes inflammation, and will heat you up. The bottom of your feet, unless you have some cuts down there, that shouldn't really work. But if they thought it worked, the placebo effect is real, and It legitimately makes you feel better if you think it does. So if they thought it made them better, it did.
I'm gonna rub some cayenne pepper on my groin.
That's what I've been doing.
See if it fixes me. That is
certainly
Dr.
wakes me up in the morning.
Don't recommend.
Okay. Well, we'll figure something out. That is Dr. Goldfinger himself, Dr. Jason Garrett. Appreciate the time, Doc, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
That is Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. He and all our guests brought to you by the Buyers Barricade guest line. Buyers Barricades providing traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
He's going to send you a bill. You know that, right?
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
You had a consultation fee coming your way.
I'm just going to pretend like I never got it. That's what I'm going to do. I can't believe he was like, I've never heard of such a thing. Oh, God.
No.
I'm a mess.
I remember one time I went to the doctor. I'd had a scrape that wouldn't heal. And the guy came back in and goes, "Well, it's not cancer." I was like, God, I didn't think.
Yeah.
Don't even put that in my brain. I just came for a Band-Aid.
Had you been tugging it too much, or
well,
what?
it was right on the knee.
Oh, on
and
the
it
knee.
wouldn't heal.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
well, it's not cancer.
I thought it was a different kind of
Yeah.
scab.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good.
Those come and go.
Yeah. That's just a little ointment.
A soothing salve.
That's right. All right, we got 1 hour left. You know what we got on the other side? Parker McCollum tickets. That's right. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
When orders change, the whole family moves. And when one person pursues a degree, the whole family supports them. American Public University makes it affordable and flexible so military families can make an impact and keep family first. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply. Everyone deserves access to quality health. But for half the world's population, essential health services are out of reach. At AmeriCares, we know access to quality health saves and improves lives. With good health, people can attend school, be productive at work, care for their families, and contribute to strong communities. That's why we envision pathways to health and opportunity for all. We care. It's our call to action. It's in our history. It's in our name, AmeriCares. AmeriCares about disaster survivors, about free medical aid, what doctors need, our communities, our neighbors, our families. AmeriCares about good health. For a better world. Learn more at americares.org/goodhealth. Together, we can build pathways to health. americares.org/goodhealth. Join us.
The second I see that Chick-fil-A text in the group chat, I'm throwing my shoes on and running out the door. Hey, I'm Layla.
And I'm Kaylin.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is
how it feels like an easygoing morning.
The chicken adds the most flavor. It's juicy and seasoned.
The biscuit is just very light and airy and fluffy, just like a cloud.
I also love to put jelly on mine so it's sweet and savory.
It's a good start to the day.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit and Simply Orange Juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Get real results for your health this new year with Synergenics and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and the ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test. Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergenics and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with a real provider, get real medication, and see real results. Learn more at GetMyHealthFix.com for Synergenics and Low T Center. GetMyHealthFix.com.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you. Like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
When winter weather hits and the power goes out, will your family still have heat, light, and communication? The Grid Doctor 3300 solar generator from My Patriot Supply gives you serious off-grid power. It'll run heaters, refrigerators, medical devices, and more without gas or noise. Right now, you can double your power for free with a free expansion battery when you order the Grid Doctor 3300. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and get your Grid Doctor 3300 today. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or bird seed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few trouble spots, so let's start at 281 northbound at Hildebrand. This wreck in the left lane, that has you stop and go from 35. Another at 281 northbound Jones-Maltzberger, right lane blocked, and that has you slow from Bassey. On 410 eastbound at Babcock, now this is our heaviest delay this morning. This accident in the left lane causing almost a 30-minute delay, about 26 minutes. Stop and go from Culebra. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Here we go again in the NBA. The San Antonio Spurs blew a big lead once again late. They lose to the Rockets 111-106. Houston outscored San Antonio 29-14 in the fourth quarter. Spurs did have some good news. Julian Champagnie led the Spurs with 27, but no other Spur had more than 12. In the NFL, the Miami Dolphins have requested permission to speak with Cowboy assistant special teams coach Carlos Polk for their special teams coordinator opening. This according to ESPN's Todd Archer. Speaking of the Dolphins, former Miami head coach Mike McDaniel is expected to become the Chargers offensive coordinator, barring a change of heart. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning. Oh, yeah. 9:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Good to be here on a hump day.
They fix the clock?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
And I said no.
Oh, yeah. See, your wife took advantage of you in your sleep. That's why it's like that.
I can assure you that didn't happen. I can assure you. Ugh.
You still sore?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's not that kind of sore, though. No, I know when I've been taken advantage of. I know.
Do you?
You can't get one
Really?
by me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when my wife does that, my underwear they'll be on backwards or something, and I'll wake up and be like, "What happened?" Yeah, this wasn't one of those.
Wake up sore.
Yeah. The John Harbaugh finally had his presser, and I imagine whatever John Harbaugh says is it's going to sound very similar to what the new coach of the Bills says, because most people in New York were not surprised that Brian Daboll was fired. They were more surprised that Joe Shane wasn't also fired. Like, that was the big shocker. Like, what do you mean? He's still there too.
GM bro.
Yeah. So John Harbaugh comes in, 5-year deal, and John Harbaugh will not report to Joe Shane.
No.
So, and you know what?
This is a recipe for disaster, let me tell you.
If I'm
Joe
John
Shane's
Harbaugh,
doomed.
I wouldn't take this job if I was
no,
reporting
that's
to Joe
what I'm
Shane.
saying. I think he's got something on, like a personal friendship with the Maras or whatever the guy is. Woody. No, Mara. That's the name. Right?
Yeah, Mara.
Yeah.
Mara.
I think that's more about the relationship than the job because he should have been out the door.
He is going to have extra say on personnel issues, John Harbaugh is, which, again, now that you're starting to chip away at power from Joe Shane, okay, you're not in charge of the coach anymore. You don't have full say over the roster anymore. This is the beginning of the end for Joe Shane. Let's just.
It is, and it's never worked. The general manager has to hire the coach. That's there's a reason why this method works, because he's a filter between the owner, he is the grocery buyer, he's the check writer, he's the talent acquirer, all that, and you have to have a line of demarcation. This guy reports to that guy. There can't be a shortcut to the owner. There can't be a players that can jump the coach to the general manager. There is a line of power that has to be maintained, and if you don't, it never. We already had the discussion about what possibly could happen in Buffalo.
Yeah,
I mean that it's just not going to work.
One of the things that probably went well for Harbaugh was John Mara, the owner, has a cancer diagnosis. So his brother, Chris, was kind of in charge of the hiring process.
Mm-hmm.
And the meeting that was set up with Harbaugh was set up by Tom Coughlin, who notoriously was a guy who wanted to buy his own groceries, so to speak. Wanted to have say on the roster because this is what he's going to be judged on too. And I think because they were set up in that way, I think the Giants kind of knew that Harbaugh wasn't going to take this job and and Harbaugh was really the most qualified person that became available on the coaching cycle this year. Like he is
no doubt.
I think he is the best coach that was available. So you were going to have to hit, if you wanted him, you were going to have to have some concessions. And they've said now it's not that Harbaugh has final say. It's collaborative, and he'll be the first to admit that. If he has final say with everything in the building, he won't be able to do his job. But he's going to be the most important cog in the wheel. Let's put it that way. But in terms of final say, this is going to be a collaborative effort between ownership, GM, and coach.
It appears that Mara was the reason why Harbaugh went, though. It appears that he was the guy that got in the car, drove, and convinced and did, and is kind of stepping into a role that he had before. I didn't know that. But while it seems like a recipe for disaster for Shane, I don't see him surviving this. This seems like it was going to happen because they were going to get Harbaugh no matter what.
Harbaugh, he considers Andy Reid his mentor, talked to Andy Reid about what it was like changing jobs late-ish in his career. And obviously Reid's had more success in Act 2 than he did in Act 1. Harbaugh said he would sign up for that success. Obviously, I think anybody would sign up for the success Andy Reid's had. But Reid told him change can be a good thing. This is not the worst case. I know you had a good thing going in Baltimore, but sometimes you don't know how good it can be until you're somewhere else.
Until you accidentally draft Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And then things can get a whole lot better really fast.
World's your oyster at that point. So just do that, right? And there's a lot of people who think Jackson Dart is a very, 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 very good football player.
He ain't Pat Mahomes, I can tell you that.
No, I am almost certain he is not Patrick Mahomes.
Comfortable saying that. No, it's funny the dynamic we go through with the NFL in January, February, and March when the front office juggling is the real drama because it can be so variable. It can change from year to year. And, the hot guy this year is the dude that's looking for a job next, and finding that mesh is not as important as the draft, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not – Jimmy's and Joe's still win the day. But this next couple of 3 weeks is the hiring and the shuffling of the deck, as it were. We'll see the fruits of that about October, November. We'll get a good idea if all this worked.
I think that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, John Harbaugh's a guy that I trust with my franchise.
He is a glacier. He will make his path. He'll make his path slowly and steadily. But by the time he's done, the glacier will have dug an ocean. You know what I mean? He will make an imprint on the Giants that will last for 15 years if they do this right.
The Hall of Fame class for Major League Baseball was announced yesterday. We knew Jeff Kent was going to be in.
Some dudes are just born in the right year. You know what I mean?
The other guys, Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones.
I'm not against either. Beltran certainly deserves to be there. Jones was a very, 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 very good baseball player.
A great defensive baseball player.
Good. But
you know what? Listen, if Ozzie Smith's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, Ozzie's a different cat.
I mean, you could argue. I mean, both of them were like a walking Golden Glove.
True.
And Andrew Jones was a better hitter than Ozzie.
Andrew, but he was, but it was kind of with Andrew. It always felt to me that he was part of a great cast, that he was always kind of protected, where he could live without, batting 225, 230. He could live and be the Golden Glove dude because he had guys all the way around him. So he was never in trouble of getting moved down the lineup. He was always in a good place, which, I mean, you have to be that good to be allowed to do that. But yeah, he deserves it, but it's a good year to be on the ballot. I can tell you that.
Now, I think this is really good news for Jose Altuve.
Yeah,
because Jose Altuve, there's a lot of people who think that he won't be a Hall of Famer now because of because of the sign stealing thing with the Astros. But the fact that Carlos Beltran is getting in, and he was clearly a part of that whole thing, that feels like Altuve is going to find a way. Because Altuve, by the time it's all said and done,
I think he's already in.
He's got 3 batting titles. Yeah, he's an MVP.
But it's just a matter of how quickly, and it appears to me that and Beltran and Altuve can both go convicted, never convicted, oft accused, but never convicted. So they didn't have that going for him, and it makes it awfully easy on baseball to go ahead and do it. Never convicted, oft accused, but convicted, you got nothing on paper.
Yeah, and I think that eventually the numbers will just warrant him getting
in.
They will. It talks about other guys on the vote. Chase Utley, who got 28.8% his first year, 39.8% last year, 59.1 this year. Seems like he's headed that direction. Now, one guy who is out, Manny Ramirez. 10th and final year, Ramirez got 38.8% of the vote.
Well, this is the final year for this, but there's another committee at some point he'll be in front of.
My guess is Manny Ramirez is never a Hall of Famer, and here's why. Manny Ramirez got suspended twice for PEDs. Bonds and Clemens, you can keep making the argument, they never got popped, they never got suspended. Like, it's all conjecture.
Hearsay and accusations.
Manny Ramirez had 2 failed tests and was suspended for them.
Like the next to last year, he was playing too. It went late in the
That's going to be difficult to overcome. Another guy who's got the steroid ties and actually got a higher percentage of the vote this year than he's been getting is Alex Rodriguez. You got to get to 75% to get in. He's in year 5. This was year 5 of eligibility. So he went 34%, 35%, 35%, 37%, 40%. So
he'll get in.
You think so?
Yeah. At the end of the day, they're going to make him sweat. But of all the guys we just talked about, and Manny, I think, has an argument. It's really hard to talk about baseball in their era without their name. It's really hard to not talk A-Rod for a lot of reasons.
I mean, A-Rod,
the money, the contracts, all that stuff.
Dude, there was a time when Alex Rodriguez was looked at as the best baseball player ever.
I just feel like at the end, his image has been slowly rebuilt.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing baseball a favor. He does the baseball, so he's going to get in.
I don't know. I think he should be in because he's one of the best baseball players I've ever seen.
That might be
he's a
5 years.
Gigantic douchebag, but one of the best baseball players I've ever seen. And for me, I don't really care. Jeff Kent's a douchebag. Jeff Kent's a massive douchebag. And it's crazy that, like, people are saying, well, the argument against Bonds is he was just so salty with the media. Like, Jeff Kent was arguably worse.
And we could argue that there is no Kent without Bonds. I mean, we could argue. I mean, Kent was a uniquely talented baller, but he was certainly safe in the lineup.
Now, it does say another thing here. Typically, it's been really difficult for pitchers to make it. And apparently they are looking at it as some of the guys, like it's been getting a little bit easier. Felix Hernandez got 46% in his second try this year. He only got 21% in his first year. Even like Andy Pettit got 48.5%, and he's got PED stuff tied to him.
Issues, but Felix was not Andy Pettit.
I think you could argue. I mean,
I guess because he was on the Orioles for so long.
No, Felix was on the Mariners, like just kind of a forgotten guy, but he was dominant for a long time.
And I don't. One of the problems for me with pitchers is if they weren't on one of my teams, I really didn't follow them if they were just really good.
I will say, we saw next year's class. They put it up on ESPN today, and it's like Buster Posey, who I think Buster Posey's a Hall of Famer. He's like an all-time. First of all, he's a catcher, and and
we like catchers now.
And he's one of the best catchers to ever do it. It's hard to find great catchers. He certainly fits that bill. But then it was like John Lester, Ryan Zimmerman, Brett Gardner was mentioned. I was like, Brett Gardner?
Well, no.
Are we being serious?
Well, I mean, the only reason they're being mentioned is they've reached the beginning. You know, they're available to vote. There's nothing there.
Brett Gardner is a career 256 hitter with a career 139 home runs. He was a fast white guy and a pretty good defender when he played. The idea that he is a Hall of Famer is absurd, laughable. But that's why Major League Baseball is probably looking at this and going, man, it's harder and harder to find like legit Hall of Famers, and maybe we're making a mistake passing up on guys like Bonds and Clemens, who at least we know, roids or not, these were great players.
Yeah,
A-Rod is a great player.
A-Rod's going to get in. The other two ain't.
I don't think so.
They ain't. I mean, they let Rose die, and they're going to let them
and then
die.
they're like, hey, come on down, Pete.
No, the precedent is set. They need to accept the fact that it ain't going to happen.
All right, let's take a break. We'll see what's going on outside the world of sports on the other side. Before we do, I want to give you Parker McCollum tickets. Everybody wants. I get stopped in the streets every day this week. I've been stopped in the streets because you know me. I just walk around the streets, and every day this week, as I've been walking in the streets, just being a man of the people, like just talking to people about, hey, what would you like to see happen on the show? How can we make the show better for you? Us as the show of San Antonio, Rob and I both do this. We go out and we talk to our constituents.
You gave so much it hurt your groin.
I did. But one of the things people kept saying is, can we get more Parker McCollum tickets? And so I said, okay, well, technically I think we're out of them. But I said, you know what? I'll find a way. And I found a way. So we're going to give away more tickets today. Let's go with caller number 5. You'll win a pair of tickets to Parker McCollum, January 31st at the Frost Bank Center. 2 tickets to go see Parker McCollum. And again, I as a man of the people, representing the show of the people, which this is, Rob and I are certainly of the people.
Por toda la gente.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. We want to give you what you want, and that's Parker McCollum tickets. So caller number 5, enjoy the show. We will be right back. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. That's right. We've reached that time of year where NBA is starting to take center stage, and you want to get in on the action. Great way to do it is at Underdog Fantasy. It's so easy to play, man. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats. Points, rebounds, steals, assists, you name it. You get it right, you can get up to 5,000 times your cash. 5,000. I've got a feeling that LeBron James, who's had a down season, may be up for a little bit of a barnstorming here over the next couple days. He's been hot for a couple days. I think he's making his case to be an all-star after not getting voted. I think we might see him take an uptick, and we've already seen that snub bump for Anthony Edwards. So these guys who feel like they're all-stars and didn't make the team, maybe look at their stats to go a little higher over the next couple days as they get that revenge tour underway. Guys, download the app today. Use my promo code Alamo. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo for $75 in bonus entries. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, we do have an accident. I-10 westbound WW east side of town. That wreck is in the right lane. 10-12-minute delay has you slow from FM 1516. Now, we did clear the stall at 90 eastbound at 1604. You guys see something we're not talking about? Call us on the traffic tip line 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Pro Savings Days are happening now at Lowe's. Save $70 on the DeWalt 12-inch miter saw, now $279. Plus, rewards members get free standard shipping. Valid through 1/23. Free shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Subject to terms and conditions. Subject to change. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms.
Joel, I've invented the perfect exercise machine. It's practical, efficient, and fits in any home. I give you the Row and Go. Ta-da! It's a rowing machine that connects to your toilet, so you can row and...
Stop! Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC will help homes stay in tip-top shape. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M16004, TACLA 141074E.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying two phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
ConnecticutSA.com.
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
All right. 9:24 here on the Morning Huddle. Good morning, everybody. Hope we're all doing all right. Give a firm handshake, Vic.
You know why your grip's so strong.
About your one big break.
Strong grip and soft hands.
That's right. Well, here's the part of the show where I like to see what's going on in the world outside of sports. We've, in recent days, discussed the favorite and least favorite positions for women. That was yesterday's show.
I got in trouble for that little conversation.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was right about the time my wife was in the car.
Oh. Well, you didn't give anything away.
No, but she was very concerned I was going to say something.
What's funny is my wife sent me the same text. My wife never listens to the show, and she happened to be listening yesterday.
Oh,
and
no. What did she say?
I mean, she was like...
Is that why your groin hurts?
She was like, I was stressing out the whole time.
Why your groin hurts.
You see?
No.
Why don't you just go to sleep?
Oh, believe me. Believe me.
She put you to sleep
No,
somehow.
there's nothing there for that one.
With a sleeper hold.
One of the things that we often talk about is, but what I was saying about that is one thing women never like, I think. I can
name 2 or 3 things.
9 out of 10 women hate when you secretly film up their skirts.
No, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
I don't think they like that at all.
That's right out in my world.
Yeah. You guys ever met a girl who likes that?
Nah.
I haven't either.
I've never done it, so I don't know.
Well, no, I haven't done it either. But I mean,
get your ass kicked for doing something like that.
Like often when I meet a new girl, the first thing I say, "Do you like it when guys do that?" And they always
the
say,
upskirt
"No,
photos?
I hate that." Like they would just prefer you to ask politely for
It's how I got
photographs of them. Yeah. Well, this is one of the things, and you know, I gotta give credit here. When I first read this story, I said, "Well, it happened at a church." But at least it wasn't the pastor. So there's that.
Who was it?
It was just another churchgoer.
Just a parishioner, not a youth minister.
His name's Daniel James Duquesnis. He was arrested after the alleged incident at the Boulevard Bible Chapel.
That doesn't sound realistic.
No, it does sound like kind of like a made-up place.
Sounds like a front.
It is a front.
According to the report, a witness told police that she was talking with a group of friends, including the victim, when she saw Duquesnis passing behind the victim. And as he passed by, I noticed out of my corner of my eye that he had his phone under her skirt. The witness said she believed Duquesnis recorded under the victim's dress 3 times and told told detectives that the victims noticed that the phone was recording during at least one incident. According to the report, the witness and the victim told the victim's brother what had occurred, and he confronted Duquesnis, who denied recording it. Police said the victim's brother told detectives that prior to his sister and her friend notifying him about what occurred, he had been speaking with Duquesnis and noticed that the phone was on the video setting. Oops. He said he then saw Duquesnis looking at a video on his phone that appeared to have been recorded in the church, as he could see the church floor in the video. According to the report, his cell phone was seized by police on December 5th after a search warrant. However, an immediate search of the phone revealed no evidence. Police said he emailed the detective a day later and said, however, he wished to amend his statement, admitting to filming the victim but claiming to have deleted all the videos. He did not send or transmit them to anyone, which that's polite of him. They were just for his personal use only. But he is currently out on bond awaiting trial.
Say that just because you didn't mean to.
Yeah. He responded to the police station. He went to the police station to speak with a detective in person in hopes of possibly retrieving his phone.
Yes. he found out after he gave him the phone that they can go find that stuff whether you erased it or not.
Yeah, that's usually a bad sign.
Yeah,
but-
you can take your proselytization to prison. You can save some souls there.
You think he'll go to prison?
Probably on his first one.
Because he's not a preacher. He's just a regular guy.
Yeah, depending on the judge, you're going to spend some time in county, man.
Yeah, probably so.
Nah, he'll just get pardoned.
No, I don't think so.
He is white. He is
like
white.
I said, yeah, he'll
Depends on
get
where
pardoned.
he voted.
Now, finders keepers is a thing, I think, but it does have its limitations. Vic is a finder keeper. Vic's a lucky guy. Sometimes he runs across things that are very valuable.
We all hope to be that lucky.
Yeah.
Did it yesterday.
Yeah. Congratulations, Vic.
Thank you.
Well, finders keepers reaches its limit when you find 23 kilos of cocaine floating in the Florida Keys.
I wish that happened.
I was deep sea fishing one time and came up on a bunch of bags of weed.
Really?
Floating in the ocean.
What'd you do with it?
It was all rotten. We gaffed it and took a look at it. It was rotten. It had been floating a while, but we did call the
You
Coast
called
Guard.
the authorities? What if it had been really good weed?
I don't know, man. I was with my dad and another dude, and I was like, that's a lot of prime weed over
Yeah.
there. There's a reason those fish are swimming on their back.
Yeah.
Well, all the fish are taking
I'm
naps.
telling you, we saw it in a distance, and it was surrounded by hammerhead sharks.
Oh.
Like 30 hammerhead sharks swimming around. But anyway, they found the coke, so what happens?
Well, he found the coke and then decided the best thing to do would be, since it's his now, that he's just going to sell it. And if you're a boat captain and the Coast Guard comes aboard your ship and they say, sir, why do you have 23 kilos of cocaine and $8,000 in cash and a .40 caliber handgun on your boat, on your fishing boat? And he says, well, I found these drugs, and I figured once I found it, I better get rid of them somehow.
The Lord giveth.
The best way I could think was to just sell them. The police don't think that's a good excuse. So, yeah.
There has to be a movie about something like this somewhere.
He's now been arrested.
What would you do?
But if he was bringing it
like
to the
if you
cops.
knew, all you had to do was get that stuff from point A to point B. Like you knew a dude that could take it off your hands.
Right.
All I do is got to get it. I don't got to sell it by piecemeal.
Okay.
This dude
when
will
you
show
say
up.
I know a dude, like a dude that I actually know and trust,
Like you
or
trusted.
then yeah, I would. I think I would do the same
really.
thing.
I'm not saying I'd break a law,
I've broken plenty of laws,
but that's a big law to break. And a big penalty to pay.
What I wouldn't do is just like start
It wasn't
asking
me.
around if anybody wants to buy some coke.
Hey, I got 23 keys in my trunk with $8K in cash.
Anybody interested
Anybody
in this
wanna help me
coke?
out?
Because what he did do was guess
buys
who
a bunch of baggies.
the first person he sold it to. The first person he sold it to, he sold a kilo for for 10 grand.
That's it?
To an undercover cop.
Well, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. See, that'd be my concern. I don't have a lot of people in that game.
If I
10
had
grand,
someone
that's
that
a
I
deal.
knew that was like, yeah, I can move that weight, I'd have to consider it.
It's a movie. There has to have been a movie about somebody buying a bunch of drugs and trying to find a way.
Oh,
to
I'm
move
sure
it.
there
Yeah.
has been. But yeah, I'd consider. I know it's horrible and it's unethical and criminal, but
It's only
if I found
illegal if you get caught.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
criminal.
if I found $250,000 worth of drugs, I would. The first thing I would say is,
I only found most of that.
I can't do all these drugs myself.
Now,
I better find someone who can help.
Do them?
help me
Yeah,
do
Do
this.
them? Or move them?
What's more unethical, doing all the drugs or selling them?
I never purchased. Didn't
I
buy any of
only
this.
used.
And my friends here at the landing strip, they never purchased either.
Nope.
But
Did you
they
see-
used me.
Did you see the big news out of San Antonio? The All-Star, I guess there's a strip club called the All-Stars Gentlemen Club.
All Stars, yeah. It's going to be a Chinese food
It's
place.
going to be a bakery,
Yeah, Chinese
like
bakery.
a Mexican bakery.
I
They're
thought-
making like conchas and that kind of stuff
I
now.
know. Say it?
No, I saw.
No.
It's a family out of Houston. Yeah, I saw where they bought it and they're about to rehab it there on Wurzbach. I had a lot of fun at that All Stars in its
Did
day.
you? Like-
oh, that's been around a lot. Was around a long
Who's
time.
opening a bakery and says, this old strip club will do just fine for our needs?
Well,
Like,
it's a locale's ideal. It's right off the highway, easy to get to.
well, it said I-10 corridor.
Location,
I don't know much about it.
location.
It's but that All Stars. There's a lot of guys driving around right now going.
Yeah. I know where.
They used to have a great lunch special.
It's got to take a real deep cleaning, though, for it to pass food standards.
Oh, they're going to take that thing down to the studs. There's a lot of sin they're going to have to wash out of that place.
It's so funny when you
Some
say
of that you can't wash out.
No, don't use a black light.
A good lunch special. Like I don't even remember the last time I went to a strip club, but
last time I went, I had a steak.
We used to call it Chuck E. Cheese. Y'all want to go to Chuck E. Cheese?
I used to. There was a place in Austin. It was called Joy of Austin. Now it's the Hustler Club in Austin. But they used to pay me to come out and watch Monday Night Football there, and they would pay. I would get all I could eat, and they would on top of giving me real money, they would give me something called Joy Bucks, which was basically funny money that I could use for
making it rain.
Okay. And I'm giving it to all my buddies, like, hey,
Joy
come
Bucks.
out, watch it, get here, enjoy, go get you a lap dance with these Joy Bucks.
Back in the day.
But the one thing, like all my friends that would go there with me, they were all happy to eat the food. I'm not big on strip club food. Like I
don't care.
What's wrong with an $8 sirloin steak?
Yeah, there's
what
got to be
could be wrong with it?
There's got to be a catch because
Beth.
It's grade F meat.
I don't need that in my life.
Military meat.
I don't need that in my life.
I think it was called Deja Vu in California.
Oh yeah, there's Deja Vu's all over the place.
Deja Vu's. That's like spearmint rhino. There's a lot
it's
of
a
those.
chain.
Yeah,
there was one in Nashville, and girl in Nashville only had one leg that worked there.
Yeah, I had a steak.
So hot.
I literally had this. I had the steak and fries there. I remember
always
that.
the steak and fries.
Yeah.
Back in the old days
like
of sports talk
$5.
radio, we spent a lot of time in gentlemen's clubs.
Dude,
it was one of the few avenues that was ready to have us in.
My sponsorship at like when I was young in radio, and the show I was doing was a pretty raunchy show, but strip clubs and sex shops, like the Megaplex, used to bring once a month. They would bring by a giant box filled with porn, sex toys, lube, all kind like stuff. I was never going to be able to use all that. What am I doing here? I'm not.
You got to give it away.
Oh, I was giving it away all the time.
Yeah, that was part of sports talk back then. Punny, it's just part of the job. Got to go.
Those were the days.
I did a gig where it was kind of like Where's Waldo, and I would have to describe what I was seeing, and you had to figure out which club I was in.
Yeah. So for me, when I started,
by the tattoos and the bullet wounds.
Yeah. When I started in radio, I was single, so all this was no big deal. It was just normal to me. And then I meet my future wife, and she's like, "Wait, you're going to work at the strip club again?
Gotta go.
This isn't." So
it's
now
Thursday,
and now I've done it long enough where she's like, "Yeah, you ain't working at the strip club. That ain't happening."
Yeah, back in the day, that's the only place we could find money. The people that would pay us to show up.
Yeah. All right.
Because of our other demented listeners,
we got one segment left. Oh boy, look at that. Bill's owner says staff pushed to draft Keon Coleman. He wasn't Bean's top choice. Oh, God. They
wasn't
are protecting this guy.
Wasn't me. I wanted to do something a lot better, but they wouldn't let me.
Which, by the way, that'll tell you Keon Coleman's dead in the water if they're already saying, yeah. It's like,
what are we going to do about him? I'm right here in the room, guys.
Yeah, I'm still here, guys. I'm still here. Who was it the other, like, there was somebody a month or so ago was like, they made a mistake in drafting him or made a mistake in trading for him.
It was the wrong name. I think they traded for the wrong name. It was the right name,
and he
wrong
was
dude.
still there.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait a minute. I still work here. What do you mean you made a misstep in draft or signing me?
Sitting right here.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll do the daily lines. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, the big game is almost here, but every game is big when you play Prize Picks because it's so fun to be right. And when the big game comes around, I'm talking 2,000 times your money. But you got to remember something. That's the code Alamo. With $5, you can get $50 in free play when you go download the Prize Picks app. But when the big game hits, the specials are here, and we've got them. And I love Prize Picks because if my guy is winning, I can cash out early. That's one of the best things about Prize Picks is they take care of you from beginning to end. Prize Picks offers 2,000 times your cash. I've heard all different numbers, not 2,000 from other places. So when it comes down to the big game, and it could be that big game or any big game, Prize Picks makes it a big game. Download the app, use the code Alamo, and use some big free money to play the big game. Prize Picks, let me tell you how good it feels, because it feels so good to be right.
You made the New Year's resolution to get back in shape, but what happens? You don't see results and give up. Want real results? Go to Synergenics and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. Book now, getmyhealthfix.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of San Antonio is offering $250 off per qualifying window and $550 off per qualifying door, and no payments, no interest, if paid in full within 12 months.
Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Andy Kalu here on the Blitz. C.J. Stroud with the 4 interceptions. I mean, Josh Allen lost a couple of fumbles and threw a couple interceptions, and you always kind of felt like, well, it's Josh Allen. He's going to have his team in position to win. With C.J. Stroud, as a fan, you don't have that confidence.
You know, I watched both games. I know a lot of people are throwing out there why isn't Josh Allen getting the same hate. His was bad, but it didn't feel as bad. Even with his turnovers, it didn't feel like he lost the game. And I don't know why I'm being biased. Maybe I'm racist and I'm sticking up for the white boy. Maybe I'm a self-hating Uncle Tom or something, but maybe that.
Ride home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from the Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Wasting all my time. Rob, kind of lose my mind.
Yeah.
Rob,
Rick,
you're
okay?
just what I needed.
I am.
All right. Before we do the daily lines, I found this this article that ranked the jobs in the NFL this year, the open jobs, now that the Bills job came open. And they ranked even the ones that are already filled, they put on this ranking list. So 1 to 10. What do you think the top 5 are?
Well, the Giant job. Well, no, the job or the coach. No, the job isn't the best job. Buffalo's the best job.
Buffalo's one. And so basically what they did was they asked a lot of coaches and execs to vote on what the best opening was.
Buffalo
was number 1.
Baltimore.
And they got 7 of the 10 first place votes.
Is Baltimore second?
Baltimore is second.
Atlanta third?
The Giants are third.
Oh, I get it. Atlanta fourth.
Atlanta fourth.
Okay, now I'm lost. Now
Pittsburgh
they're all bad.
fifth.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm back. That's right.
So that means the bottom, it's got 6 Tennessee, which I think is maybe a little high. 7 Miami, who got 1 last place vote, by the way.
Yeah, well.
8 Cleveland, which also got a last place vote.
They got a defense and the best player in the world on that side of the ball. It ain't that bad.
9, the Raiders.
I would see, yeah.
2 last place votes.
So Arizona and who?
It's Arizona's number 10. 6 last place votes. I mean, as many people thought Arizona was the worst job as thought Buffalo was the best.
Well,
they have a lot of people think that Michael Bidwell's the worst owner in the NFL.
There might be that. Do you think it's that bad? Obviously, coaches have insight that I'm far from.
They have a big quarterback issue.
There is that $40 million quarterback problem.
Like, the only thing worse than having having no quarterback is having a quarterback you've already paid high dollar, and he's not worth high dollar.
You know what? That's it. After that, yeah, everything else is easy, but that's the most difficult problem to solve.
Yeah, I think they haven't won a playoff game in 10 years. They've had a winning record once in the last 10 years. It's a bad place, man.
It really is.
It goes under the radar as like joke organization. Everybody talks about the Raiders and the Jets and the Browns, and it's easy to point those out, but the Cardinals have been just as bad.
The Bidwell family, yeah, they're a joke. They really are. Didn't they have that big shakeup where one of their presidents was doing something illicit, and everybody got shook up about 3 years ago?
I don't even know.
Yeah, they're a terrible family owner.
All right, let's wrap up the show the way that we always do by taking a look at the Daily Lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the Daily Lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
All righty, NFL lines kind of remaining the same as yesterday. Broncos 5.5-point home dogs, and Seahawks 2.5-point home favorite. So it looks like, at least for now, midweek, we've settled in that spot. So
we'll get an injury report today,
I
think. So that might affect something, but I doubt it.
I mean, I don't know who.
Yeah.
I mean, we know Charbonnet's out.
But after I lost a quarterback in between celebration and steam room, I never know what to worry about.
Yeah, who knows? In the NBA, the National Basketball Association, the Charlotte Hornets are hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland is a 3.5-point favorite on the road. The Nets travel across town to take on the Knicks. Knicks are 11.5-point favorites in that one.
The Knicks are a favorite
against the Nets. I mean, hard not to be.
Yeah,
but
I saw
11.5 for the Knicks right now feels heavy.
A big number. Look at that. I saw there's stuff going on with New York. They're rebelling against Brown. They're booing guys off the court. There's something happening. Since we last saw them win the cup, and we know how important that is, they have not been the same team.
Yeah. Pacers are at Boston. The Celtics 10.5-point favorites in that one. Detroit 10.5-point road favorites. They are at the Pelicans. The Grizz, for Grizzle, my nizzle, they are 1.5-point favorites hosting the Hawks. The Oklahoma City Thunder are in Milwaukee. 9.5-point favorites on the road are the Thunder.
Big enough.
Might not be, no. The Raptors laying 5.5 at Sacramento. I think maybe my favorite on the – I kind of like Brooklyn plus 11.5.
I do. Pay attention to that.
And I can certainly see betting Oklahoma City minus 9.5. I know, even without Jalen Williams, and we saw the market adjust with Jalen Williams. Like the Thunder aren't the same caliber of favorites that they were before that injury, and I think people forget that they went most of the season without him already. Like they
they're
didn't
used to it.
I think they lost one game without him in the first stint, so might not be the end of the world. In the world of college hoops,
got a good roadie.
Illinois is very good at basketball. They play Maryland tonight.
They're a Final Four team, man. They've got everything they need.
They do, and I've always loved Brad Underwood. I usually end up with egg on my face because I believe in Brad Underwood, and he hasn't quite gotten over the hump yet. Maryland is not a good basketball team. Maryland is 1-6 in the Big Ten, and we know
a pox on their house for their coach.
Yeah, well,
pox.
He just doesn't have the pieces in place, certainly. And Buzz Williams, if the threes don't fall for his team, there's a good chance that he gets blown out here. Illinois is an 18.5-point favorite here, and I don't think that's crazy. Yeah. I think Illinois might run them out of the gym. Notre Dame's at North Carolina. I don't know how good North Carolina is.
They got an All-American. Caleb can play. That's enough for me.
They're 11.5-point favorites hosting Notre Dame. Not sure I feel great about that. Now, this one's interesting to me. Arizona is hosting Cincinnati. I generally think Cincinnati's not great, but Arizona's laying 13.5 here.
They're that good.
And if you look at Cincinnati this year, is all the losses they have, they've been very difficult to blow out. They lost by 1 to Central Florida at Central Florida. They lost by 2 at West Virginia. Lost by 7 at home to Houston. Lost by 3 to Clemson. Lost by 5 at Xavier. Like they've been in even Louisville. They lost by 10. And they just beat Iowa State, their best win of the season. They're coming off that. Now going on the road to Arizona is tough. Arizona is physically just very gifted, but that number,
it's a big number.
It's a big number. Now,
Jaden Bradley is extraordinary. He's a great guard.
Oddly enough, the number being 13.5, the number if like at KenPom where usually they kind of start the line with the KenPom line. KenPom has this a 17-point game. So I think maybe I missed out on the sharp money that's already been on Cincinnati. If I could get Cincinnati plus 17, I'd be all over that.
Everybody would. Arizona is really good.
They are an outstanding team. So it maybe not the best train to get in front of.
I like Texas Kentucky tonight. I like Texas taking a roadie.
It's going to be a low-key good game.
Texas won a couple of games. Archie got his team playing. They're tough. They're not talented, but they're tough. And Kentucky's hot and cold, man. I don't know which team's going to show.
Yeah, Kentucky a bit of a roller coaster. They and maybe that might be the time to catch them when they're coming off a big win, and they just came off they were getting their doors blown off by Tennessee up on Rocky Top, and they made a comeback. Like it was unbelievable that they won that game. If you look at like the probability chart where it's like brr, brr, they won the game. What? Yeah, they were down by 11 points at halftime and came back and won that thing. Their largest deficit was 17 points. They didn't take a lead until there was 20 seconds left in the game.
I didn't think they had it in them.
No,
I didn't either.
After a big game like that, now they go back home. They get a Texas team that is
finding their depth.
Kind
of
don't
call them
out.
UT Austin. Just don't call them that, and you might have a chance.
I thought they were figuring it out, and then losing this weekend to A&M at home.
The thing about the A&M loss, and anytime A&M beats you, if they're raining threes, you're not going to beat them. That's just
A&M is going to be one of the most. They're going to have some of the most disparate results.
Yes.
They are very capable of winning games they shouldn't win, and very capable of losing games they shouldn't lose.
And that was the Texas game. They just rained them late in the second half.
So Texas a 6.5-point dog
like Texas
on
tonight.
the road. I think Texas can hang with Kentucky tonight. I'm with you on that one. It's Corn, the undefeated Corn, 18-0, 7-0 in the Big Ten. Take on the Washington Huskies. In Lincoln tonight.
Going to carry on.
I think it does carry on, but they are 11.5-point favorites. The question is, does that carry on? And I think the answer is yes. Nebraska at home has been a rocket ship. Besides the Michigan State game, which was a close-fought win, and Michigan State, very good. Michigan State was favored in that game, if you remember, favored on the road. Washington is not very good, but they beat Oregon at home by 35. They beat who was the other team they beat at home? Oh, Creighton they beat by 21 points at home. they've beat some decent teams on their home floor, like in brutal fashion, and they're getting some big wins on the road as well. I kind of lean to Corn getting the job done here tonight.
They average 81.
They're so good on offense.
Washington has hit 69 in 8 of their last 10 games.
Nice.
But that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice number. Nice number. And finally, wrapping up the top 25 action tonight, Pepperdine. They go to Gonzaga, head up to the Kennel. Pepperdine, disastrous season so far. Gonzaga, 19-1 on the year, and have gotten nothing but better every single
Coach Few's
game.
Best year coaching. He's doing it with the least talent he's had in 10 years.
And Pepperdine they're coming off a win, their first win in conference. They lost by 40 to Gonzaga at home less than a month ago.
I don't know how Pepperdine can't recruit better. Anybody goes to that campus doesn't leave.
Oh my God!
I don't know how you don't have a better team.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I don't know how you don't say yes to those guys. 29.5 points. Gonzaga is favored by tonight. I would highly consider laying it.
That's a big one.
It is a big line, but again,
you make that bet and don't tune in until tomorrow. Just don't follow it.
This team, they lost by 27 at home to St. Mary's. They lost by 40 at home to Gonzaga. They just lost by 20 at home to San Francisco. Now they're going on the road.
Yeah. After
their first win of the whole season in conference.
And on their best night, they're getting about 60 points.
They're getting their ass kicked tonight. They are going to get brutalized. Daniel Bina says, I love San Antonio. Me too.
Orale.
All right, friends, that does it for us. We'll be back and do it all over again tomorrow. The Blitz comes up at 2. Give them a listen if you don't mind. That's Jason and Joe. We will see you tomorrow. We'll do it all over again.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
The football playoffs are here, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the gridiron action. You can make picks and win money right now here in Texas, and it is so